to feed the factory. And this is the point that I've been making, that the whole planning of the Kwabena sugar factory was wrong from the get-go. What we have been trying to do, what Alan Chamating has been trying to do, and it's a very valiant effort that he has made, is to try now to reconfigure the investment in such a way that he has now access also to raw material supplies for the factory. The allegation that we have abandoned the road projects that we came to head is difficult.
How about the e-blocks?
Many of them. I think I'll find an opportunity to send you that many of them are being worked on across the country.
Let me just take one, Mr. President. The one in Aflao where the chief himself has complained. On here, one Aflao patch say e-block no oba yenya hoshi. Into all my education minister up to February say oba yehu bibi. It's on the set.
Minister ultimatum.
Also abre.
And unko ye.
Into obisa no there na beka che every out of frustration e bi okasa.
Many bi wo ho when bia so no ye boabo ye ho ni aye. As much as possible. I've given you these examples to let you see that, on the contrary, despite the propaganda, because one of the things that I suspect there's a deficit on our part is our ability to counter the propaganda. The propaganda takes over the reality of so many aspects of our national life. It's a pity, but we will.
Cape Coast and I
made a mistake. Let me just confess it. I made a mistake.
You did?
Yeah, I made a mistake. In looking at the manifesto, and I tried to do that before I go. I saw one page which talked about a landing site. I didn't go further to see. But in any event, even with the mistake, I think still we have to rethink a lot of things. We can't have a harbour in Elmina. We have a harbour in Elmina, which is being developed right now. Obviously, Takrani, Elmina. Then we have another one projected for Cape Coast before we go further down the road. I think some rethinking has to go on for us to be able to find what is the value for money arrangements that would. But it was a mistake, and I have to apologize to the people of Cape Coast and the Central Region for that mistake. But presidents are human.
After all,
they're not Superman. They make mistakes.
Adise mama ya mamwache ene eye memenda obo ade adom na wotwe ne koya san babatu yen ewo na wiye mu tiase da piesi na brema ne den kronkron no se oda so ebo ne ma ho ban na menu mienu so ode yen kwa ache yen ti bebia ewo bia na nopai aseda bia obabia wono a na ye de bema no ebra so se ade critical issue ebremu ewo United Television so memenda bia se de ye no na nopa no wotwe kopim du baako ana ye de saa dwumedi sunkunya ya hyehyɛ no se de be beboa amansama hodo a eho hia se ye ka ho asɛm san so tie didi na ye critical yetumi edi ho nkomo ekɔ akire ye ayadwonto ato a ne susu ya yesusu ye nyina ye de bo abetu ama oman no atumi akona nim ti so wo fi na so wo hwɛ bebi a wo bi a wo hwɛ bibia no wo so adwonto no susu ye no na de eho hia ye ka ne nyina bomu a na ye de akyekere wo man no enti na nopai ye hye bedi nkɔmɔ hodo bebre fa ngo bo a ekɔ soro ene lord fair see ebetutu mu hu nsam no ye se adwoada no be hya se set ye bedi hu nkomo yie papa pesan se wa oni petrol ne ayi bo kɔsoro a aya na ha adwene ma bibia bo kɔsoro sense lord fair kɔsoro a adwedifo ankorankoro bibia ne bibio ye bia no odi ebo no bi eka ho afa no achi so ye mampani na na do danko akufu ado eba afie ha ane ye bedi nkomo na nkomodie mu no kansama do bibire ane nsam okan no so no ye behwe na eho nsam ye de aba na ene ye be hyase wo kwansoro nkoso esan se na ye ne lawyer Samijamfi a ye communication officer edema NDC amayiku no abefi ha ye ne bedi nkomo afa mampani ne nsɛm a ɔka yɛ na afei no akyi nso no press conference a wɔn ɛyɛ yɛ ɔno akasa no ɔtena ase anaso gyina abedwa so ɛka ho nsɛm no wɔn so ɛde ho nsɛm abrɛ ne ɛde ho nkɔmɔ no akyi ansa na transport unions ahodoɔ bi so kyerɛ sɛ dabi ɛnyɛ deɛ ɔmbɛpene so ama fa ngoboɔ no sɛdeɛ gyina hɔ no lɔre fɛ yakɔfam sɛdeɛ gyina baabi bɛgyina how many percent na ɔmohwehwɛ yɛbɛdi ho nkɔmɔ aban so de krataa bi afia so yɛhwɛ gyina ma wɔde ho nsɛm so aba ɛyɛ fa ho nsɛm so aba sɛ 7% ɛnisifoɔ ka na sɛ ebinom ka no nhyɛ da nyɛ nokorɛ saa wanhwɛ kura na competition ti no ebetumi aba bebedu 3% ɛwɔ baabi a yɛtɔ fuel ahodoɔ no nyinaa nti ɛnɛ saa nkɔmɔ no ɛna yɛbɛdi nti baabi a wɔbia no meda se sɛ wode wafidie no ato ana mo make house adwumaku afa saa dwumadie ho ka ɛyɛ farmer trust adwumaku a wɔn adama ɛna wɔn de ɛyɛ lumi trust ɛyɛ adura yɛayɛ a yɛde ko ɛtia nyarewa ahodoɔ a ɛtete yɛn paa meka lumi trust na ɛyɛ malaria ho asɛm na meka lumi trust mpanyinfoɔ deɛ wɔ hɔ na nkwadaa deɛ wɔ hɔ na mpanyinfoɔ deɛ no wɔn ayɛ ne press ayɛ mene ɛna nkwadaa deɛ no yɛde nneɛma afrafra flavors ahodoɔ mmienu ɛyɛ strawberry ɛna afei banana sɛnɛ bɛyɛ akwadaa no wɔn mu a ne denti ɔbɛkɔ so anom na aboama yɛtumi atu malaria n'ase afi wɔ korakora na ɛno akyi nso no Trouser 400 wɔn nso wɔn de aba Trouser 400 deɛ ɛyɛ sunsunu bia do baabi a wɔn mu tuntumi ne di wɔn a wɔn nyare wɔn nso a wɔn te apɔ wɔn nso ahyɛ sɛ nneɛma nyinaa ho nya sunsunu bi wɔ hɔ wɔn ti mɔden paa eguma ahodoɔ bebree sunsunu agu yɛyɛ mu no ɛdɔɔso sɛ na sunsunu baako pɛ betumi akum so ɛyɛ sunsunu bɔne ɛwɔ yɛ mu nyinaa no ɛyɛ Trouser 400 ɛyɛ abusua nkyɛnfa no bi na sɛ yɛn so ayɛ nom yɛ nuane yɛ di dodoɔ no a yɛ nan hyɛ da nkɔ yɛ enti no sunsun no gu yɛm sɛ cho enti sɛ wonom Trouser 400 a ɛbɛboa ama sunsun bi a wɔ yɛn bia no ɛbɛfiri hɔ akɔ korakora ti hyɛ no nso sɛ obi ansa ɛbɛtumi aka bi ase da ɛhɔ no yɛde bɛma Farmer Trust Limited for so wɔn de saa nnuro mmienu yi aba obɛtumi afrɛ mo 0561 088663 0561 088663 and afei 0561 088666 afei koja farmer for nso adama na wɔn de apɔse soronko aba sɛ yɛbɛtwitwi yɛse 2 cedis pɛ obenya apɔse soronko a ɛbɛtumi aboa ama osin ayɛ fɛfɛfɛfɛ sɛ akyi na ma ayɛ den wɔn de ahodoɔ bebree na aba na ɛno na egu mbenkum so yi asalai koja pii wɔ hɔ ɛno sɛ yɛ no kwa soronko so kra koja pii ameka ho asɛm yi no wɔn yɛ sɛ ne betumi aboa ama osi akyi nam wɔn sɛ de atwerɛ wɔ ho no osi akyi nam ayɛ den obi a ne se bibi kakra kanwa na ne se yɛ de girigirigiri bia no ɛno na yɛ de ma pa ɛna fe yɛ san ɛwɔ de ɛwɔ aseɛ no a ɛno so yɛ ma wɔn a wɔseta fenfenfenfen wɔn pa very sensitive teeth no wɔn ɛna yɛ ma wɔn ɛna de wɔaseɛ korakora no ɛno yɛ de bidie na ayɛ nti sɛ wotwetwe wo se a wosi akyiri na bɛ de wo se akyi bɛ hwehwehwe ɛna sɛ fɛfɛfɛfɛfɛ na wɔta kyerɛ ma so nso kama nti sɛ wo home na sɛ ɔkasa na damu kora wo na wo se no ti hyɛ no nso san so ɛna wɔn de mafo hyɛ ne si akyiri wɔn a ɛno nso sɛ wo de pusupusu wɔ mu a wo na wo se no pro code baako pɛ na wo wiase ɛne ekojafo pro code a ɛno sɛ papuru na ha wadwene a ɛno a pro code yɛ wo kɔ pharmacy shop bia wo so pro code ɛyɛ baako pɛ kojafo de no ɛyɛ no nko a apart from no pro code papa bia ne wiase bio ɛne nti mo nhyɛ no so dwumakue ɛna yɛdwumadi wɔn afa ho ka bidin de Agya Kwabena bia sam gya fi machi bibia bɔkɔ de
bibia de nyɛ bɔkɔ esan sɛ kroma yɛ pa
asi kromo hye na hye ne de wɔ he
kromo hye a ayɛ hye no ɛne sɛ ɛnɛ aban no tema a wonima Ghana manfo nti no ɔde ɛtoɔ bebree na agu ɔmanfo so ɛne nnwuma so a ama bibia borɔ ɛkɔ so ɛnkankan ɛne fa ngobo petrol ne diesel ne LPG nti ɛnɛ ama adravafoɔ wɔn a wɔwɔ wankasa wɔ cars anaasɛ wɔn a wɔfa cars obi biara esu esan sɛ car boɔ ɛkɔ soro ɛma nneɛma ɛwɔ dwa so nyinaa boɔ kɔ soro ɛnɛ wɔtɔn a yɛntɔ ufiri a yɛntua wodɔ nsa hyɛ obotom so a ɛnsi hwe so all because of taxes bideba afi we mu nko 2021 aban ede agu ye so eno na ama oman ni mu aye de na bebia befa bia no obi ase kromu aye hye enkoye na minim say ye ba petrol ni diesel ntumu nsensem no so a
beka ho asem
benya mra kyerɛkyerɛ nsem mu ama wɔn a wɔhwɛ no so ate ase wo ho kyerɛ wa wahu bebia saa ho kyerɛ no efiri ba ɛho to believe for that
me das some mampani ba fia ne ebedi nkomo kakra ɛfa ase de nemasitie ani se do si ehunu fa okansema hodo bebre na se betumi ayi mu beye enuma na se nsia bia di ho nkomo na no pɛ ya de di kan okan bibi edifa sukufo a lawyerfo hana dio kronkron F499 no efa ho se students no say wo mu ofie they've qualified said there missionity no nanso omoda so ho o kan se sasam no ade a ha no na wo hwe said there asamnity no a akokoyem so hwe na waye ene so wafeli ya so wafeli enya de betuma yehu bibia wo famu no ye lawyer ni wo ko suku ni bi ansa na bedu bibia wo wo hwe said there niam na kwa be pem na ene interview amapede grantee anu yi ode ma ye no a wo hunu ni sai
menu amedase de dikai ma me enchia yahwefo ne yatiefo nyina ensamo a omampanyi ede tu dwa fa sa asem we ho ewo ni interview a oye no mu fie ha no eye arehosem nsem no kra de wasiesie ni kakra because say na wosi kano no enya sa no omampanyi kufu ado kano enhyehyɛ a mprempren ewo Ghana School of Law eye esuaye bia ye de tete a lawyer fo ne se dabre na ewo ho ni swanti no na mpenyufo a eye o masede se o mohwe ma yetimi tete a lawyer fo na Ghana ye nya lawyer fo bebre na o mutimi bo o man ni puntu o monye o madwen se o mo be bai sa nhyehyɛ ni mu na aboa ma ahiafo ma ne Ghana fo ahodo pi enya akwanya ba be ya lawyer fo ti no se dabre na ewo ho no aye ketua bi me kama kola asem no fine say yewo Gimpa campus yewo Kumasi campus but over capacity na ewo form ye enu nti de omo ye ne se wakọ law faculty say ye Kwame Nkrumah Suapon mu ana University of Ghana na Central University ana all these institutions omo run LLB that is a law degree no wakọ awi a watwa all courses awi a wenya certificate I was saying ka wutimi ko Ghana School of Law na wo koye professional law course ne soso na etimi am wa be ye lawyer almost say be trend so hwe ansa na wo trend so hwe ni twa ansa na ya admit wo Ghana School of Law enka ne no na ntisa na over the years benchmark and standard at Ghana School of Law dia ye adwuma ne say wa wo be twere san so hwe no entrance exams na ubetwa 50% and above no wa qualify enti imre bi kura no u qualify sa na ne afro no wa ba be interview u pass interview na ya admit say interview no ma ye free enti wonya twere nsohwe no na wonya 50% and above na wa pass that is what has been the practice in the last few years South Asia and afi omo ko twere nsohwe no so ko twere no that was the understanding because that is the status quo, the current practice ewo ho. Omunyina no more expectation. Into obi asua de and that come sa entrance exams na nya asem ketua because you see ukọ law school no and a law faculty no koye law degree no 4 years. Baby 3 years. Na uwia emra at that time wa we ne emra wo de kwa koye entrance exams na ye be bosome. And within sa bosome kakra no you are supposed to revise and prepare to write about examination a border on about 10 courses away no throughout 4 years and now 3 years or just 1 month to prepare into the actual level 100 our law faculty contract law the constitutional law where the can ya we feeling na no 1 month to go and revise the actual level 200 or 1 month to go and revise the actual level 300 the actual level 400 or that short period of time to go and revise And so now Baba no so just a subject bi a be ma won so hwe o. Ya kasa nyama ni nyina bom. Ni ama objectives. And then me say 40 questions and bibisa. Na ya ma section B questions kakra bi no watchu su bi no why.
Yeah.
Enti ubetumi asua e bia 5 courses question ba akokra mfiri wamba. Within the 1 month period now we know. So it drew wa ahomte ema the applicants. And they burn the midnight candles to learn. Well, afi oma kwetwere. Nipa nko almost 500. Ometwa 50 and above. E kire say oma qualify.
Share dey ato ho no. Susu bia no.
Eno ne bia ya adwuma in the last few years oma qualify. Oma ko hwe notice board so omo di ni so yes oma fail. Adan ya fail omo a obi antumi nka. Na kire say dabre ni honti no wetwa kra ya fail. Utwa 59 ya fail. Utwa 58 ya fail. I mean, I said, well, what be that? I didn't think you didn't tension these innocent Ghanaians. Or more crime or my union and some person we are lawyer for. Ghana lawyer for a while. And so we need more lawyers in government agencies, the MMD is need the keka hono mabwama amamune or my nature chireno akosuye. It's answer or my bay ya ni age na mraso. And yet nipa bi no meto omo wesi was a ye makwan mama for me ya lawyer for. So they are constricting access to professional legal education. Intentionally yasi o mampenyi a wo ye lawyer ni mapa wo emre bi atwam yesi wo ye human rights activist be pe ehun asem papa bi kan wo se dabre ni ho nti wo de wuntimi nya ho hwe really dabre ni ho nti mrantie no ne maba wa no sika o matua ade o masua enso hwe o ma ya pass no o bo ntena fie because dabre ni ho. Now, woman Penya Kufuado, my brother, when I'm a lawyer for na entrance exams, we na never and I will be a lawyer. And I will be to try a lawyer.
I didn't want to be trial lawyer.
No, more time, no. You see, we're using the apprenticeship system. Woman Penya Kufuado mono. And you know, more lawyers around that time. Most of them, no. The apprenticeship system, no more they lawyers. Or man can't not them, I'm a young coach of Molobia. What do you say? A man called law school, he said the amount for law school, entrance exams, your man to but they've become lawyers and they are renowned lawyers in their own right. Or man penyo kufu say, what did the power embrem? What did the major say? I mean at the bar. May you sure I said this same standard any other to home most of them wouldn't have passed. Most of them would not have gotten the chance to get into the law school. Komundu baby o madri. It had into the ne ye mo mak mo nana no munua no monketwa ye de ntenche di mu se no yi wani ato nche. Ye de kan ye people's manifesto mu a ye senka ye to abama ye Ghana for ye mwa na nyame boy ma ye ba yanke be ye ne se sa professional law course na Ghana School of Law for ye no gimpa ne makola ne kumasem enya de e kire so busu bia o ma ho kwan a suapo ahodo na o mo kire law degree course no LLB to say Legon for KNUST for Central University ne de keka ho o mo betumi a kire professional law course no because civil procedure, criminal procedure, evidence law, a law of evidence, any family law, and our courses now ye no Ghana School of Law. Ina de chill so buru so bia these institutions say General Legal Council no e de almost standards to say to run the professional law course meet these standards. Yema accreditation. We be to me actually professional law course na where unkoda nye wie law degree na na say o ma to aso aye professional law course na ye de e wo enka na na ye no wie law degree ni wo lego a wo ye no wo ha ana automatic na waba Ghana School of Law e wo makola what you say nanka individual institutions na ye professional law course no afa mu wie a te say the amama ya hodo ye no ye say General Legal Council na hwa lawyer for so no o mo nye bar exams so what you say na wa wo pese wo practice law no e wo Ghana no wa kwetwe bar exam o pass ya no wa ba be lawyer because enye obi a o person ko makola no person practice law me miss be bria I'm not practicing law what you say so why must you deny them the opportunity to even go and do the professional law course at the Ghana School of Law ye mamu na ya accredited the right law faculties obu betumi aye course no to run it obi wie no person practice as a lawyer wa Ghana wa koye entrance examination that is what John Dramani Mahama and the NDC we stand for. That is our position. Ye nya kwenya de be ye no. Ye yente so mampenye Akufuado a enne ono wa ye lawyer wa ye mampenye wie na brabo na ebe wie ye. Nti oni tema onwen maburu no mo bre ne ho. Because if he still cares about them and Kobeka said ye dia ye omo no ye ntenchia. Me ni suku nimpanyimfo bekasa na ya pe kwan bi so admit sa 500 no why last year ma admit over 1,000 people other than your body about 600
but is it not the reality say kwan ni won so ampa
na last year me so ma amfa nipa 1,000 kwan be so mo fa so we ya triple track it went me a triple track afa nipa 1,000 there na makoye me exams pass ya was kwan ni when anya ban there was o critical kwan no anya ban ana school no be ko ni free won dey pay school fees it the cost no ye ntenchia e sisie e unfair e unjust the NDC as a political party we condemn it and the insensitive comments o mampenya Kufuor are making is even more reprehensible and condemnable na ye de esere ne se o mo behu se de o mo ye nenye na o masesa na o ma ye de ye enye sa na ye ba sa anyema Ghana School of Law monopoly over professional law course ni na ye be ye fiwo ni aba mu ama Ghana fo a o mo peso mo kusua mre nyina enya sa akwanya na kusua mre okay
sami be da se na yen konsem foforo se sense ye bre no isopa o kan sam for economy ho so ma sika sem bro ba ne na nkoyie krakrakrakrakra no ba ye no na kakrakrakra otum be hwemo ma sika sem tumi gina ye enu ye ba ko afa no achi nso no bo se wo hwa contractor fo a esu sesi a ye kasa ya sika mbetwen kakra
because sika
sika sika samu ayi kakra enti so mbetwen kakra baba toto ne ma se no bo betima hwe wo mu
asemu na da bia ye mu bi ka ho asemu amanfo se ye NDC fo enti ne ye ka so on say na de o man panyin na nkasa ba beka because udua nkonkonsa bura ana yesu utwa nkuntumpu ma osafo ayira utwa nkuntumpu ma osafo ayira wo da bonte ana eja kwam na nyesa se no Oma dada Ghana for so my nisika semye or my nisika semye. But the reality is before Ghanaians. Ghana for feel it. And it is a win to me need to be Obeka wonu mu asem. There is a drachi or monomoko wonu mu asem. Because he can what to your contractor for neke. What their contractor for $8 billion. If you are yeduma 4 years in yentua wonka. If you are yeduma 3 years in yentua wonka. Almost je bank Bosian de yeduma no. Bosian nsi hu ne kwa na ekosoro ebi get me say ye wa contractor for a enne ebi ma yare anya stroke awu because aban we so ntua wonka ye tua ka ne kra na ne aye na NPP NDC sem eno so aje se wokohu o mampenya abusuafo bi anya sa wosika wonzanka ne ye je o kickback akese ne sika dodo na ata ho ye ntua on say ne de edurachi na ono ye ka nanu asem se o man sika sem asem o mampenyi mahama ka se economy na se ya wo so oboa say the wa ka wonu mu asem because the reality is that all my nisi can say matete apansam Ghana ene ka mene yen ama yeto a yejeje no mamu wunyina yeto no ye tax revenue a yejeje ne Ghana ye de mu be ohamu ntichemu adu kono 90% eni tu a ye ka ho si hu pe enye kaboti no nka ne hu si ho ye total revenue a ye taxes plastica ye nya from oil gold cocoa ni nyina ye de ye ma mienu pe ye tu aban adwuma ye foka na etua ye ka ho nsi ho a sika nasa se ye de sika be common fund mu get fund mu ni nyina agese ye kobo bosia ye de sika ebe ye suku akwan nsuo nwadwuma hospitals ni nyina wose ye bosia empo goods and services sika ye de ma aban so ye ma omode ye adwuma including sika omode to A4 paper sika ye de to fu ogu omampenye Kufuor ne convoy made up of 50 cars no mu no ni nyina ye bobosia na ye dia to fuel because sikasa we are broke ni nyina ye ka bebrebe na omode abeto ye nso no ma bobosia e de Ghana car efiri Kwame Nkrumah penso be si Joma ama penso na ye 120 billion no omo nko in 4.5 years omo de do 336 billion na je so omo de 216 billion aka ho nti ye ne Ghana o check Ghana kama Ghana population na Ghana ni bi including Accra ye wo ne de ka 11,000 cedis ka no 110 million. And so omusi secondary school ba kokora omusi asopiti ba kokora omunye interchange ana omunye mpuntu nyuma bi adi nyuma ne ahoto ne mpuntu aba o man same omo pa kire se musu meba enti se say no na ye ka ni nyina afiri Kwame Nkrumah pension na ye 120 billion ana wo dia bedu 336 billion onko 4.5 years meanwhile when your oil fields in Kwamiensa President Kufuor, President Mills, President Mahama, enya 1 Jubilee Fields. President Mahama ekon odi mienu kan ho di jaw 10 Sankofa Fields. Sika Ghana yenya free oil mo mampenye Kufuor nko a enya mu 60% from Kufuor time this in there. Taxes President Mahama in 4 years onya 83 billion cedis pe. hwempuntu nyuma ode ye ne Ghana fa na nyina schools hospitals akwan airports hwe de waye no tema port hwe takrade port hwe ene terminal 3 esiwe hwe kejetia market hwe kotokraba market hwe kaswa interchange hwe circle Dubai interchange hwe projects was pantam Ghana e de nyuma baye wo when your taxes 157 billion almost double there president Mahama nyae untimi mfa bibia nkyere nti economy ni de atete apansam and on many more den because of the taxes I had abegu yeso taxes no so ojeje a onfa anya adepa no de akọ private jet na otim don hwere ba ko bia no Ghana bo ho ka $20,000 titisika no 1.2 billion ye pack plane na si wa plane into no kura na Ghana bo ho ka 1.2 billion don hwere ba ko bia every 1 hour na otim wose me pese me dware wo wiem na otim na onom champagne na o se Ghana sika o mampeni a wo manfo bra wo wutimi high private jet say on support Ghana team biambo ni team ye Tottenham Hotspur into a Champions League match no de sika enam wiem 1 hour bia ye bo ho ka $20,000 e better na economy ni nsey unya sika into a contractor for ka so eno de ye mfanto nche me baby am interest wo ya asem na o kan about abandoned projects no e wona me interest wo because you see Agya Kwabena
yes
sadie wo ya o mampeni akufu ado aye no e wo se Ghana for ye sorry emfa won se ufira flawo ana ufira ngona mamu e wo se ye nyina ye sore ne ye ka o mampeni anim se wanka ne ye o metwe nsan no mpache
aye togbe fiti nsam na ano a
togbe fiti the fit se bi togbe fiti onye ohene ketua o the whole aflawo paramonsi omo hene no ohene pomu a ahemfo ketua ehye na se eburu 20 ti onye ohene ketua na asase a wote so nya asase ketua asebi kwasi broni be bakra na kabima mika biamba mu ansa na ebe ba no na nananom wo hodada nti nananom atena konwa nidie ne obu a wose ye de ma omode Ghana ye ntoto na se o mampanyi bia ba o de sa nidie ne ma won JJ Rawlings president kofo mu nyina o ko nananom animu a o bu omumu ase na o de nidie ne obu akasa nananom na eba ne sen president Mahama etia konwa so e na o se o pese school no ebu na Ghana ni bia nya bi konti no obesi secondary school nko 200 ofiti 124 ase ofra konwa so no wawie mu 46 a nkonwa gum emu be 30 aka so de na je se aboro 90% completion rate kra eno jama mo na mamu ye ntoaso nti na wo ya aban na wo ba de aban dada ne ye bia wo se wo toaso sanse ye de Ghana fo sika na aye ne obi butum sika no na ye hwe animu se o mampanyi akufu ado ba be toasa asapa ne so ekomfie numni community day senior high school president Mahama sati se wosia ma aflawo man o mampanyi akufu ado aban entimi nwie ye kono na sa project na Agya Kwabena ye do because project na ka the last batch of community day senior high schools ya award ye contractor ne ko site 2016 ye fra konwa so no wa ye adwuma na mana do second floor Agya Kwabena wutie me mo ba ye and owo ho muntua ne kantina adwuma no nye me ne wo kase contractor no abandon site we free site wo and fie numni to go fiti nanano na de hye enya suku nko wo mantamu ho e so matu kwan asa na makọ secondary school na nti oni aban krachi penyi owo ho ye owo mampenyi akufu ado na msi ni kasa no se mesremo ade na chemfie numni ti mama mo mmre monye enya sa ade a ye de abufu beba mo so a o mampenyi akufu ado se de ohene ni kwan so kasa sa na ohene ne pa ono wankonkosi suku no masa sa atendidie yi sa mpu atwe efri he ohene ne boni awaye ne se opempuntu ama ne manfo
some cheso
na wetwa ne mpoa se ono wankosi na de ohene no aflawofo tua o taxes o mutua de ma no
some say or ma ultimatum say or ma ultimatum.
Is it the first time ohene bi ama ultimatum
oni ho kwa so ma
masa is it the first time o mampanyi akufu ado ni krom hene eye oche hene amwati ofodi penya me di obuo kese e de ma no ono onsere aban puntuo da o ma otumetum da na se ye amwati ofodi penyi ohene pon a ye nyina ye bu ni didie ma no mampanyi akufu ado krom hene ene kan sa asem na togo fiti the 5th kan na nka sa na mampanyi akufu ado be kasa no ana sebio ya hene ohene pon ya kan se opemso na nas ya kan se asante hene ene kasa ya kasa no mampanyi akufu ado be kasa fa no you see o mampanyi akufu ado omunipa ni suni ne ban no and that is what is playing out. Let me tell you something. If you must say power corrupts, power doesn't corrupt. Power it doesn't intoxicate. Power, it amplifies character. Who person who be soon in the banya manitumi. Also, we trying first time maybe or the second time we will say uncle or man for now so be for 2 minutes. They said the oyi ni subayanka said. How can you talk to a whole chief this way? Oma benya kufuado na fe ni talk be fiti. Enti ene mobabu amanyofo na yebebu ye ho animti a ye de akona nanom so. And ye ya abufu shi areho eye MPP fo mu free fragmentum voter region omo wa ban we mu a inse so mo be pass and papa bi aka kire omo panyi o man panyi akufuado no wa betwe asem na o kan ye na sign na wa patch omo defend obi adi sebio we anya atendidie ma to be fiti nko because papa no oni ho emma ne ho oyo hina woda nipa no so wudi na temu a o kasa tia na eye sebi nipa free fragmentum nyina all people of ever extraction wa kasa tia wo watch say wo mu wo hene no and if you don't respect your chiefs then you don't respect the people yet onenam and I will say oyere ni omo nto abama and I wonam sa yet you don't even respect them. Are you getting me? So the why here no
ntebu de na mo hwehwe se
anya de NDC hwehwe eye de ajakwam na wo so wo de na wo hwehwe sebi wo mete won kan na misua na metie wo radio so eba Ghana ya mamre nsem a eja wakwadare wo mu yie ba se no mampanyi ka se o ka se ye u fi se ye follow ya ye mbabu no ye follow mampanyi ka se ya is this setting good examples for us? So nyina it is not even for people of the people of Utah region people from all regions. I'm expecting the National House of Chiefs to come out and condemn President Akufo-Addo. The National House of Chiefs. I'm expecting the Volta Regional House of Chiefs to come out and condemn the president and demand a retraction and apology. And yes, sir, because in Saseno, are you getting me? And now here now, I work on you. As I said, the office when you are to me into moon and another for. Massa, oh, buy ye and ye ma papa na present Mahamay, where you go? Hospitals, where you go? E-blocks, where you go? E-blocks, somewhere. Let me say, a list of e-blocks on Kwa or Mampinyo Kufuado buy where Jay a good woman for a minute and I mean, we are show. Mamma, a few examples. Okobono Regional, Adamsu, German South, E-blog or abandoned. Banda districts, could be a friend of Bao, E-blog or abandoned. I come room. When she woke E-blog or abandoned. I come room. Driada so, German off. E-blog or Mampinyo Kufuado in Abay, abandoned few. I be seen new doma ring cruise. I know they are quite or abandoned. Mammy, let me who to just the E-blocks. Now, here, dear. Oba baby to say, me do call Savannah region, Salaga North, E-blog or if you are 20% complete or ma abandon. Oko Central Gunja, Empaha, E-blog and na ye 100% complete. I can see a better teacher for in few numni. Or Mampinyo Kufuado say untimi fair teacher for Momunko Munko Chade. Volta region, apart from K2 South, the end of Agbile Tupino. Because you pay 87% complete E-blog were abandoned. Because Sondo Agave E-blog or also 90% complete were abandoned. Because Northeast Regional, Maza Yo district or Namon E-blog nibi 60% were abandoned. Now Oko Langbisia and also East Mamprusi municipality and Nalarigu Gambaga constituency and also E-blog or Mampinyo Kufuado abandoned. Ashanti region makes me all the regions. So what I'm trying to tell you is say the Ohinene Kane no cre and E-blogs on hospitals and Kwabena hospital NMS projects about 8 hospital projects. Omo abandoning na. They have abandoned those projects. So say na more kasa actually wadwan aba so obeye ho adwuma bone be no man. Eja. Okay. Then is the now say we can about Commander Sugar Factory.
Commander Sugar Factory.
Say Omanpenyi Mahama. Ebo dinosaur ansana oil foundation. Eyas recent. Dinosaur ne dey. Ahwedifo ne ye dinosaur.
We see factory na ansana.
Nanka onya ahwedifo ansana we see factory. See before mo kasa eto de bia menti ase. Nka na me I was expecting so Mampinyo Kufuado be jama the serial callers na yes argument we. Because wow man penny pay mu no. Ukra so the economics background. Now we analysis here. Say e was say you dua hwedifo wi ansa na ya factory really. I heard the na say ne dua e ma ni 6 to 8 months. And they you varieties are 6 months ukra heard the e be nyini am watwa. Factory yeah the na say na si yeah the years at least anti-Q could be take you 2 years and over and now the factory. And it is a who could be ready no na factory near ready 6 months time I ready and bra there now the already and be I heard there a perishable a process nti already no koje bosia because tieni you Ghana afibia ya the $400 million na crazy chiri ba Ghana $400 million yes was I see any the conditions are here see betimi redua already no do man kuma nyame de a che yen ti die nti na de bia yes $6 ko crazy chiri $400 million and na President Mahama odwene hwe kan the nation builder the visionary leader John Mahama say oko India for wakopemwa unze India buy si chira the whole world oboto sumienu over 500 sugar processing factories into okopemwa e wo the Exim Bank of India ho no de abeye a si chiri factory e wo commander eja ene ye call ya India for my $35 million and no na tranche 1 first tranche na ye sika di nyina no be e fa di kan no and o ye said the tosumienu no e $24 million and no na ye de be aredifu 40% by factory na nkasa dia na 60% ya dia ma ankra ya dia ma o musika bosia na mo dia dua hwede na dia ma factory na na nya hwede e dia produce esichiri aka sa project yi e di nyuma bebre na beba commander central region ene Ghana nyina because apart from esichiri na nkasa na esichiri no so ya the factories produce nyama bebre chocolate na dia keka and even other secondary products it would have created thousands of jobs na ma dollar yes sande kwa ma no ne kwa crazy chire ba da bia aka Ghana are you getting me President Mahama enya adwin we ya nya $35 million no factory na eno na e den wa adwuma no wasi awie esi wo factory $35 million owie no akọ India for no was a mon tranche 2 no mame $24 million no na me fa nya hwedifo November 2016 na parliament approve this agreement no ka ban we by January 2017 omo beto asa nhyehyeye no so a enka by June na sika na ba ama ye de ayahwedifo no and President Mahama ye say in between time why ye be wie sa ahwedifo no 6 months no sa patamu no amanfo dua hwede dada enti omo betumi ama factory no every day bi omo hia 150 tons of ahwede no metimi operate but area of one no capacity to produce about 500 to 700 tons enti whilst we are waiting for the commercial production of ahwede no ye be use we ni kakra na just 6 months $24 million ye use ahwede na bu na fi factory na nya raw materials na mana bu so adua na etachire ni omo buy omo si o factory ni ma na ye adwuma President Mahama beje fans
sana mo kan
oh na either than that what could have been the rest normal abandoned projects no 4.5 years ni and Alan Chairman this is a dent on his record. This is the reason why Alan President I can say Minister Alan Chairman Minister for Trade and Industry any can say your man kwa money be do my Ghana so because this project you went to me and so it is not true say President Mahama anya hyehyeye bia ma omo a enkobo betumi bia ye ahwede ahwede e feed factory no ahwede ye perishable India for no crown advice here said take the $35 million first and do the factory because factory they better now 100 years and over with periodic or routine maintenance but already any 6 months you can do it and whilst you are waiting for that no ebi mu produce bi that why you can work with it there na wo we hu mampenye kufu ado say onti ase na ya anye ne ye na wo de mpo for purposes of argument eja kwabena ya nyintum say de mampenye kufu ado kan yampa President Mahama si factory no be wanu ahwede de enya no kro ya nyintum for purposes of this argument assuming without admitting 5 years obi si factory $35 million be dua ahwede 5 years unti be nua ahwede oso mfa so ne se na ya say wo ni mamamu oso mfa so ne se so the omo kan no kra na ye no kra it only exposes them say they are very incompetent in fact they are hopelessly incompetent and useless abanya 5 years ni factory siwo ebetimi ayesi chire employ thousands of Ghana for omunya adwuma nye o se ahwede ni 25 years yetewo factory ni mponse atibida na hwede ye dua ni bosom ya he
sami yanko ensanfo process sense ebre no Some medical cano yetia wa yen shada any. My penny can say if I keep Coast Harbor home. Still which I can be for or say
yeah me can na me dey see na makafu na kakra because of immunity. Cape Coast Harbor.
Say landing sites.
And also as someone asefem pa. Because you see MPP for o say ye born to ano. Say Ghana for Ntwamba May 2020. Ye call Ghana for now so. Say nyansa wo ye ni ba ko 14. Na wiase mu aso ba ko for nchire down for. Enti Ghana for yanto ato adwen na yehu mu how. Na ye the manifesto ba aye manifesto a bit me address mu needs ni mu problems. And na itimi ma yenya people's manifesto a obi ohwe mu bi ehu say ampa na project na policies ni programs papa ewo 1 million jobs inside Juma ho hye national apprenticeship program the big push a the $10 billion e be rampuntu nyuma mu abeya akwan schools asopitis so many wonderful projects MPP for ye call rounds akotia Ghana for problems no omo say oh ye ni ideas nti ne ye call Ghana for akosira ideas nti omo de omo abetena dem e won kan na omo aye omo manifesto e na omo tena dem nkan ye omo manifesto eja NDC for the omo manifesto abama Ghana for budget won so nti yeso ye meka bi na nye Ghana for de na ye nada omo no mo fanto abama ye nti kai Cape Coast no mo call launch omo manifesto e na Dr. Bawumia de bia ye ka so nka no kra man for ntiase eja tie me eko gina simpie so e wo Cape Coast o mampanye kufu ado ne MPP mpanyifo nyina te e prono ne ti e na o de to Cape Coast ne finfin mantamfo anim nyina se mo nto abamaye na ye ba ye be si brand new harbor de amamo na ye si brand new airport akamo ho o kan say wiye no e na o mo de share page 160 of their manifesto. In fact it was already there. That was what they were launching, page 160. Enti Dr. Bawumia kan na o mampanye kufu ado presence ma mampenyo kufu ado ye ebo ni sem pra wie de share ne manifesto mu forward no ono mampenyi wa twere ne sa na hyase afi wa betina konwa so eni mfie boso medunku kra no wako central region ni ebisa say ye habo no da be ne yensa beka wo se manhye mobo bi ase mema mo habo manhye mobo o mampenyi Cape Coast na mo beka kire wo mo manifesto se manhye mobo landing site na mekan na landing site ane habo ye pe ave we actually cry Dr. Koboy omo chief spokesperson MPP for omo zo Dr. Bawumia ne kan enyo mampenya kufuado na je say entraba nimguase abanti yenyinto Bawumia so na owo a reputation in lies any deception ti yanfa nto so ne protect mampenya kufuado na nsem tro for mo bua ye fact check ye ekodo so mo manifesto ni mu yidi omo kan ye ba ya animguase abanti no eno odwane ba mu fi ha so ba be ye interview no why damage control obaya wo se opachewo boshe no she ka hone de ke de besi wo because wapachewo aka be de many problem na de oka so no de ase asem no kra
oka de so e man asase
o so opachewo na mmom e wo se ye sanso dwen Cape Coast harbor no ehu biem because harbor water kra de nti o muntumi nsanso nye harbor e wo Cape Coast asem wo kan no na che se wo no wo be so che se wada da o mo nya tumi awie nti promise no ye amende the promise forgot the promise he made to the promisee, the people of Cape Coast. Yachini, I was say wakai no. Say the promise says, I want to amend the promise. Is a promise in the crown. You say young fonso na me ye. O mampenya ono ano oni promises e won manifesto mu. O mampenya otimi hyebo wie. Amanfo agina bo hye ne so to abama ne wie. Afadefo wo habo nti no mo to abama no. Na onya tumi ne wie a also oboshe na kra me ye mistake yanwi hu biem na yenyi free manifesto ni mo. It should tell you one thing say o mampenya kufuado ene openyimu e friend Dr. Bawumia no krese e bi ni obanu no mu ni obuo ni nidie so magana for because if you respect the people you respect your part of social contract.
Okay any say e de okan no say mampeni kra obia we nipa obia tumi yemfo
na we yemfo so we no won ya je to wapacha no we no de so say yensan so nwe hu biem wankasa
okan kra se bia na bia na landing site ne betu
why manifesto awie wa she promise awie ye gina so ato abama wa wie 10 months after say nti wa nwene hu yi ansa na wo make promise na yeso mampenye kufuado ne Dr. Bawumia omo de ade bia ba omutimu they don't think about it, they just come and promise also ono wa na expose ni hu ono wa na indict ne ho na yeso omo de time na omo make sa promise no ne Dr. Bawumia no mu nim se habo e water krade ana
okay
no munim se habo e wo elmina na ti wa hye bo hye toro age tumi awie se de wo se matreke mo
Sami,
ya
brand ya
it is so sad.
Mami, my young wait na
LGBTQ dear, mami fan so 30 seconds na ma fu because fu on me born tofa ehia me pa. Look. Ye mu bi de bia ye ka so mampenye Kufuado. LGBT ya amma ni muso wo Ghana. Turumu fu no. Se bi otie fu fanche, be turumu fu no. Be ma one be ma eda, oba one ba eda, nipa ne mwa eda, ene saa enyema hunu na onyankopon chiri no. Na ya mamre chiri no. Amma ni muso a nipa bi no se ye nyintumu wo Ghana na ye nkyerɛkyerɛ ye ma wo suku mu no. Bia ye mu bia ka so mampenye Kufuado ne hya ase. Ye ka amanfo nti ase. Ansa wo de ma kwa mesifa kai no. Ekire se wo ne hya ase. Be yi man se no wadi kan no BBC se. Saa de ne de ye den ye beba so wo Ghana. Ajazira. That's it. Or say homosexuality is bound to happen in Ghana. Na omo pese ye gitumu no ma no nhye da nya den. Omo yire omo ho ka omo bom no omo ma no ye den a ye be giatu. Na no mu asem Ajazira wonim se ye no kre anaja meboa de okan no. Okan ya Ghana for born na chika kra bi no kwa asore dan bi mu ono no onim se cameras ono okoka say oh it will not happen under me yes you. Afei asem you sorry ya na NDC mra hye bedwafo aye mra. Si emfa kom mra hye bedwam. Na mrache bedwafo mpase na saa de ne yembra e wo Ghana se yemma ho kwan wo ye bi ne ye chewa ye do be court na ye de wakwa akotumu a ye bi so mampenye Kufuado ho asem mampenye Kufuado se ono de oni ho asem bi aka oni ho opinion the LGBTQ plus bill na ye before parliament no o mampenye wadwen ne se wo ho o se me ni opinion e parliament for asem wa na emu wate se professor Fobi on the lawyer Akutampa professors no lead omo mo de memu bi call parliament say emra ne nye yentungu ne ma ho kwan ma manfo nye turumu o Ghana no so they are being led by Omampenye Kufuado lawyer and ne partner Akutampa the election petitioner or represent Omampenye Kufuado Omampenye Kufuado say yentie omo na yen tolerate the omo so ka no na je so Omampenye na nada ne hunhu ntadu akira o hye wachi na wo piapia omo say omo mebo Sam George Mone NDC Mrashid Bidwafo emra na ye sponsor wa parliament omo mebongo so ono ne shechiri he said that it is bound to happen and they are called parliament you are the leader asemi ebeya asem under Professor Mills so can one asem say it can never happen under him ompene so because ya mamre ma ho kwan President Mahama so ka say ompene so masa ayeden ne ye bisa no ye can latest one who bisa na say the opinion on it ne say oh Ghana for ya mamre ma ho kwan Ghana for so ompe Inti abrofo no emphasize de ne ntre omukrum ye de ye nyintum wo ye
say emra e continue
Uhuru Kenyatta ka ho asem other African leaders aka ho asem wo de ye bisa wa wo se me new opinion
emra kom na shebedwa mu a e so ja na mra processes no kan say processes no
really
obi anfa na dwen
no obi anfa na dwen kire mra nti ono na dwen kire ne de
so no say no tiache
why must it be neutral and they say you are saying say on the matter of nipa ne mwa na eda oba sebio timba nem ye se krama interfere sa nyema no nipa bi no peso bode ba Ghana no Omampenye Kufuado so no de oni hu asem bi aka waja ya mamra hye bedwafo asem wo enya sere me say enche adanse ye beba mama hu say even cathedral no omo si no gefu ibi omo di sika hye akire omo pe bia bi omo de be ye omo weddings omo pe MPP for so pesika omo de be ye campaign omo ne omo akwa apam Bawo miasika obeso ode ye no 2024 campaign free give
really
na semi ba e wakabi nkamofu a wo Ghana nyina condemn sa ade yi se omo so mo mpene so Christopher so omo mpene so even ye nuano mo so abosom kra so omo mpene so Dr. Bawomia what say wakabi
say bia ono
pesika wo ho ye campaign
ono betu
ono ebi bo so pesika wo ho de aye cathedral and then one sem oboboba you see
me enya mo bo ma ye de ye ne nim ho hwe nti ne mfa nsia ne yenko mo press conference na mo ye ne taw
Minua
yes ami
eye tietia ye nyina nim se petrol ni diesel ni gas ade e wo hia Ghana for because se bo ne kosoro a maka hyenbo ekosoro nti ade bia ye de fa car e wodwa so bia so bo ye den ekosoro ma ho kire ba nti wo ya ban ne yeto aba mawo a wasede ne se wototo nyeme yie na petrol bo no se be kosoro kra ntumu no ebe ye de Ghana for ne driver for e betumi a handle just what I say.
Yes.
Aban we so ba no. Omo magana fo nya ni da so se petrol di omo ba ebo no ebe ko fom hwi ama driver fo kwa to mo. Tu kai omo opposition omo se jo ma matimu eden. Nti o the taxes bebre aba be to petrol bo so omo ba ombe ye free o. Omo se omo be move Ghana from taxation to production e condemn John Mahama passa say onitema Dr. Bawumia or the President Mahama has no sympathy for Ghanaians into auto petrol. And now a driver for omo so concerned drivers union and now any commercial drivers union see the bibre. Yes was na concern for council maybe commercial drivers unions bibre. E bi kra gigi sika de koma o mampenye Kufuado so on fanya campaign. E jam free say okay. O mampenye Kufuado ba ya petrol ni diesel na gallon. John Mahama e fra konwa so na ejina be 16 Ghana no. Say what two almost double or they drew 31 cedis. 31 cedis. The year who cry say afi we mu nko yes ati afi no. Na petrol ni diesel gallon. Na ye be 22 Ghana cedis. Man who driver ni bi wa na meboa. In 10 months he pay omo de be 10 cedis na aka petrol ni diesel gallon adu 31 cedis. 10 months e bin si Ghana bako se mu da say in 10 months be 9 to 10 cedis be to petrol ni diesel boso. So ena ukodwo mu a bibia bo ayeden. Bibia bo ayeden. Eja. Why ena bo na kosoro sa? Because aban ne ba taxes or cars will be ye free wa onyiye. Afi kura na watum. Ena wasan so de foforo a na eni wa ba be ka ho. Na je say wadada Ghana for.
Material only taxes free ho.
Me patro tie me. Special petroleum tax na ye 41 pesos. On buy omo de akọ 46 pesos. So obo ka so be ye free ho. Esla energy sector levies are present. Mahama ka say yentua ne mfie num ne yenya sika clear eka ewo power sector no. Omo bae. Omo de akosi awo waje bosia. Enti ade e wo se nka yetua ne mfie num no, ye betua ne mfie dunum now 15 years. Ye chiri kokwa ye dinima. Ade ne nya wo so be ye free won so de akosi awo wa akwaje bosia. Omo wie ye no, omo san so atum 20%. Omu wie ya this year ya COVID-19 aba ho kire wo ho a Ghana fo hwe animu so metete taxes so no oma san so the esla fo fra by no de nka nsuo 20 pesos on every liter of diesel and petrol. Na say every gallon of petrol and diesel no the new tax about 90 pesos to 1 cedi aba beto so. Omu wie oma san so bibi the boiler tax 10 pesos per liter omu de abeto so. Omu wie ya LPG no na hianfo to no so no omu the 18 pesos esla beto so. Margins e wo petrol so omo ka so omo betete so no o masan so abetum boss margin na ye 3 pesos and they omo de do 9 pesos o matum 200%. Fuel market margin na ye 3 pesos omo de 5 pesos o matum 67%. Primary distribution margin na ye 8 pesos and omo de 10 pesos. Road fund levy na 41 pesos is somebody akọ 46 pesos. Enti dia wo ni nyina omo ka so mo ba be ye free no matutum bum no masa so new ones aba masa na mubutu sesese kukura na nitimu eden no Gaddafi mu eni Idi Amin mu kura sa no mo de omo manfo this year ya COVID abe say ni penwume na wo de taxes nko abe du agu petrol so ene ye je ye ho ayeje ena o mampanyi ne na be de che Dr. Bawumia no omunim amamuo ni oman ni sika sam hye yenti no dollar no o ma lose control ena ate praga ena dollar na ye 3 cedi 70 pesos and Mahama na o mo se enye no ene adu 6 cedi 20 pesos
sa the regulation ya say mo abere so na buy enti abani ni say bia wo fa ngo
enye no kre minister of let me answer the regulation no na me nwie no because I know you ntro mudi the regulation wo ho but ya the two bi so aba beto petrol so a your friend of price stabilization and recovery levy aban say international market price no kosoro a e was $72 kosoro a e was enam say ya the dollar na kra petrol fa won the bent na was $72 what you say but Ghana for muntua to e wo petrol ni diesel so your friend of price stabilization and recovery levy megigi egu e bo no kosoro a na me dia ba be subsidize bo no me dia bete so aye den e dia mamo enti omo betina konwa so mfie numi price stabilization and recovery levy no omajeje almost 4 billion cedis over $600 million no omajeje in 4.5 years afei mo fan so Ghana fo asene na petrol bo ma fom a omo se da omo disika no eno na president Kufuado e da consolidated fund mu a o dey rent private jet no report ekita me Kenya aban odwen ne manfo hunti no ebo no cost wa mansan bia so no we released $260 million to cushion the people of Kenya or their tip one so their Kenya for Kenya, government releases $260 million subsidy to cushion fuel consumers.
Son, aban bi 2 months.
Onye bi.
Also 2 months.
There be eno can take effect. And no, a tuo bi a ye friend no price stabilization levy no. And or say or suspended no for 2 months. Or be sanso de aba. But we year free for 2 months. Now the wedi kan jeje ne. I know ye be 4 billion na we say what the soya semen. Ye sika wo. I don't know wo boye say anyansa kro no na wo de kwa ya ade foforo rather than using it to cushion us. Ebiem sa tax na so oba be suspended nimpo no. Effect in here. Enyan take effect, but take effect. Also on every liter of diesel, price stabilization recovery levy na 14 pesos. It would multiply 4.5. I just say on 1 gallon biano, a bonus so better by 63 pesos. On petrol, 16 pesos. It would multiply 4.5. On a gallon of petrol biano, the omuba be for the next 2 months, petrol gallon bo better 72 pesos. Now what the 10 months out of petrol ni diesel bo 10 cedis. Oh, say a driver for any mate for Uber drivers, taxi drivers, commercial drivers. Oh, say on the Juma. Ghana for a walk drum obiebre teswa. Was a matum 10 cedi, but metes 63 pesos. Master nyatem didi. So what are we saying? Taxes no. Only free special petroleum tax. President Mahama de buy because now man send just bo of fan atia babe $40. Abafom. Enti yeye de na yetu no Ghana koto na manone no ye de kwa yeye oil no sika aban hwehwe na aban sanka enti oil sika wo se ye de yempuntu no na e ha aban e na aban se yentua special petroleum tax na ebo no peja na ye nya more money from oil la ye free eja ene yetia ye ebo na peja du $80 ni akire emfaso a na aban ni na so se ne nsa beka e na afiwe excess oil revenue nkwa abayenya mana broso no mani na so manya because say the ye de na yetu koto no ebo na kosoro ntino about $2 billion. 2 billion cedis. Second quarter nko munya $89 million excess revenue. Tiade ntina ye da so tua special petroleum tax. Emfaso na wenya broso no so fa bi kushin Ghana for so a wo se wonye. Esla 20 pesos ni o dia be so mfaso ne san. Baller tax Ghana for tua levies e de ma assemblies ada. Yan samsun tua baller tax nya de ko fo oje ye baller tax asa no se ye baller. The irony is that omo jeje baller tax ne kwa na e anda omo na efi mene yen. Na by no what ma in this post covid era or the baller tax beto petrol ni diesel so. Na just mono okay. Anti bekini ya ma Mr. Miramo omo nkodwo mu biemu no. Na omo no ye na Ghana for ye sika na ye de hwe omo a omo sori omo ni omo krunom na omo party wo private jet akese mu nti no. Ye komu no they don't experience it. Me can we na be the manuasi because I have to rush to another program. Na say ye kodwom. Okay, o man penyi ebe de eche ba wo mi wo position o taye lectures na o ya. Was inflation is our economic indicators in the encashre. The kabibi no any prices what malata market. So Kaiser not akwa malata drum. Is a yama me bawumia wabeye second lady into onkudwum bi. Nti ma menchro prices. E dan si hu nyema. The Ghana de obi abeso bobra. Ya mamre muso abrabo ne se wasi dan. Cement 1 bag na 27 Ghana in 2016 and they do 52 baby 54 Ghana cedis. Iron rods 1 ton 16 mm no na 2,800 and they do 5,300 and Mahama against Kufo no and chance the board dance so na 21 no na 520 Ghana and they do 1,300 PVC pipes na 3 cedis ba ko bia and they 16 mm no do 8 Ghana cedis a broboto na 170 Ghana and they do 450 Ghana wunya bimpo no wato konkonte boto na 200 Ghana cedis and they do 600 Ghana 200% increase oloka of gari oloka gabins kakra boys they be here how far no 5 Ghana cedis per oloka say 12 Ghana cedis and actually JN buckets na 15 Ghana 2016 and they do 40 Ghana cedis beans margarine konko no na 150 pesos 2016 and they do 5 Ghana cedis Agya Kwabena Ghana for bre ekroma ye hye sika ni nipa botom enti o mampenya Kufu adu nya tema ma Ghana for kakra because obasa obesom omanfo no ama ya di yie adwuma ba ma ye hwanhenhan say taxes cost the private sector will suffer they can't even create jobs enti on tete so baller tax na sa taxes hunu no only free wo because he can't come mojeje a ye hu ade papa bi a omode ye bebrebe omojeje hospital ba kokoro mu nsi bi mai omonye akwan papa bi a wokro mu a ensi secondary school ba kokora omoje a chop omudi no womanum titete so na petrol bo ma for na ba fom a se wo ye MPP ni se wo ye NDC ni ebi be kan ama wo so no onwa henhan kakra de yeka nyina no medase
Sami Jamfi the communication officer de man Sama Yoko medase na adwuma bi obebi osansan ko yenti no yebeja ne kwan amanakọ na Sami yebedase papa na minim se wo a wo hwe me nso wo de wo contribution afa ha ba minim se critical issue ene ya hwefo ya da mase papa sanse comment e bai no dos yie papa na view no so e kosoro pa anya sem kuma kwante ya da mase se mo nso munya bre na mo hwe wadama ye jasami kwa manakọ na fi abetena se na fi fango obo ho nsem a wo ka no ye ne wo ma bi wo ma di hu komo na fi transport unions awodo no so wo mso susu se lord fe bo fango bo na ye din ti ama lord fe ne hu samsam be sori se no be so no be ji no ye no ma di komo san se e fa ho e fa mesu me ho ti madama mo twan ye hwe ho abasisi a Adeshimama yadam ase se motwan ye ne same jamfia wie enti bra so se yeto enkomodie no so na ye man pani excellence na nado dan kwakufu ado eba ye nche ani menua chairman general kwamsefa kan edi nkomo fansa wo do bebre ho ye na wotwe ya mu na se de be ye be ka aka ye ho ye ti ne nsama ye man pani ekan ni ti madama moma ye ti man pani na nado nkomo twetwe a one ye nua kwamsefa kan twetwe ye no bi na wo wie a na abedwafo a aba studio hanso no. The
Eurojet project is presented as if it was a project initiated by the Mahama government. It is not true. The Eurojet project was initiated by the Kufuor administration. Before President Kufuor left office, that whole project was had begun. The question we have to ask ourselves, the 8 years of NDC rule saw no progress whatsoever on these hospitals. Whether you're talking about the East Municipal Hospital, Trifo Praso, all these ones in Soko, all the developments that have taken place in these hospitals took place in my time. They say so. The contractors say so. When these hospitals, the ones that have been commissioned, like the Upper West Regional Hospital, the East Municipal Hospital, the Trifo Praso, the Tepa, and Soko, all these hospitals, when they're completed, listen to the contractors, they'll tell you that for several years they were unable to do any work.
Even though it began under President Kufuor?
Even though it began under Kufuor. And it is in my time that the funds and the commitment have been put together to allow these projects to be completed. There's several of them. And as we're speaking now, the 250-bed regional hospital in Kumasi in Syria, I was there. That's what something 95% complete. And the commitment that has been made is that by December, early January, the hospital is going to be... we now have a problem of the supply of the utilities to the hospital, water, the road access, electricity. But the hospital substantially, the civil works for the building of the hospital have now been complete. We have the same phenomenon in Konongo. It's a 60-bed hospital. It's virtually 95% complete as we speak. And we're looking also for that to be also completed at the end of the month. So when you're looking at all these examples, you wonder how come people have the courage to come forward to deny the reality. But then I've noticed that is the stock in trade of my opposition. Dealing in facts that are not there, but screaming it so loud that the person who doesn't take care will begin to think that these must be facts. Otherwise, why are they being said? But it is also part of negative propaganda. You repeat untruth several times. Ultimately, hopefully, it will sink. Some improvement in living standards is taking place. I cannot explain the 500,000 vote difference between me and my main opponent, other than it being an endorsement by the people of Ghana of my stewardship. In December, 4 years after I took office, I went to the polls, and the people of Ghana returned me with a margin of over 500,000 over my predecessor. That has to be an endorsement of the policies that we have been putting in.
Doesn't that make you complacent too?
Does not make me complacent.
Say Ghana for, you know.
No, on the contrary. For me, I have a commitment given to me by the mandate. Say, between 2017, 2021, 2025, I work flat out to address the problems of this country. I can never have a moment of complacency. That is not in my book. And I think those of you who know me a little bit will know, say, that's not the way I look at life. The complacency, the
Probono, so far 15 regions have been covered. 16th region, Greater Accra, and Ufiasie, Henry Quarter, Greater Accra Regional Minister, meaning said, with him, Aquatine Papa. Omampeni, Yempie, baby,
Henry Quarter has one, but it's a me bomber and I'm a phone or a bomber day.
Henry Quarter.
I think so. Bia who said, I've been Papa and I didn't know. Also doing a good job in the country.
Also now own our money, yes, I didn't know Roshi. And I so more dear cry. No, ninja, no person for. I was a number at the beginning. And then in there, where now, so adjust your mind to it and get on with it. But he's proved to be an extremely strong choice and preference in Ejuma Oye no so says obi ehu se oba so oba be ejuma oba se oba be diagro na oba be petinya man dem Oye agbobusi again the relocation of the people of the let's make Accra work agenda making meaningful of our commitment to a clean Accra city and then the city whose public services are in order. So they are the work of a very committed regional minister. Emid Depas will say, Nyamin Kwan Mehunusa, Ghana for no do door, one year one cry, do one who say, Payaba. Then they can see. Say, one be age, my papa, because I can see a bone to penny grand say, you must say, I saw what you mean. I can't get I can show you. Henry, no, I call Bammy. It's not just when you Juma while you're home.
He's doing well.
Great.
He's doing a good job.
Great.
Assuming, say, be ambition, no night to say we will put fully at Tunche. But the side, obviously the president cannot be unconcerned. I mean, I guess I've been in this position before. Yeah. Yes, I was a minister in President Kufuor's government, foreign minister at the time when the bell sounded for the race for his successor. I had to comport myself accordingly. As far as I'm concerned, those who are there in that situation today are also. There's two issues for me that matter. One, that we should have a transparent, credible, acceptable process for choosing our next flag bearer. The same as I came out of such a process. It should be my responsibility to make sure that the process for choosing the next leader of the NPP is equally free of doubt or machination or manipulation. That's for me absolutely key. And I'm hoping that a level playing field that allows us to elect our next presidential candidate will also bring us a candidate who can unite our party. Because competition there could be also oh yes, and it's inevitable. It will bring some divisions in the party.
Abani saying that Cape Coast and
I made a mistake. Let me just confess it. I made a mistake.
You did?
Yeah, I made a mistake. In looking at the manifesto, and I tried to do that before I go. I saw one page which talked about a landing site. I didn't go further to see. But in any event, even with the mistake, I think still we have to rethink a lot of things. We can't have a harbour in Elmina. We have a harbour in Elmina, which is being developed right now. Obviously, Takrady, Elmina. Then we have another one projected for Cape Coast before we go further down the road. I think some rethinking has to go on for us to be able to find what is the value for money arrangements that work. But it was a mistake, and I have to apologize to the people of Cape Coast and the Central Region for that mistake. But presidents are human.
After all,
they're not Superman. They make mistakes. I'm going to be a hotel. One in a year, and now I was home now. I those who are saying this, even the simple arithmetic, maybe 2017, the last year of the predecessor government, rate of growth of the economy, 3.4%, the lowest in over 20 years. Our first year, rate of growth was over 8%. Second year, 7%. Third year, 6 point something. On the average, the growth rate of the economy between 2017 and 2020, the onset of COVID, was 7%. A 7% economic growth made us one of the fastest growing economies in the world, not just on the African continent, but across the globe. All what the economists, when they find it's laughable, so-called macroeconomic data, all of them have pointed in a much more positive manner, maybe in what they were there before. Inflation came down from nearly 16% to single digit, and it is now just crept over 10%.
Yes.
Interest rates, 32 odd percent. Today, they're hovering around up 20%. Peace every effort being made to bring them further down. Peace FM. Reserves. You had trade deficits before I came. Today, we have trade surpluses. Reserves. 2.5, barely 3 months worth of reserves, 5.5, nearly 6 months of reserves today. So there's data. I'm not saying that the data in itself tells everything, but the data, and you compare this to those who are making the accusation of poor management. Now, once again, English language, maybe I'm I'm surprised to hear some of these accusations, especially from the lips from which they come. Said, Ms. Man, it is 1 year were responsible for the 3.4% rate of growth and for the inflationary pressures that were so evident in Ghana at the time. So one in Bemu COVID beto here. And I can say by this time they're not Ghana that we have buried the country. It would have been buried by now. R.I.P. Ghana, rest in peace. It would have been broken by now. So I don't think that we should engage the Ghanaian people in this kind of unnecessary, tendentious politics of making these statements.
Adeshima mayadamo ase mampanin samu a wokan ye bra oni yenua chama gina kwamsefa kan edi nkomo no na ye bobi e de kire mu no na afi ye bekoso abone saa na ye de akaaka mu ni nsama wokan de bi sanse sada ne bia na obi antumi anhwe bi obi antumi anti bia na so nya kwan na wati nsama mampanin kan sada no neja ye nyina yetumi ehu se de ye be no afa entiene ebedi nkomo na se fango bo ayetu mu na kame hese amanfo kasa fa ho pa se nukureni ha adwene mane manhyeda enkoyie na ahweye this for a press conference na mo kan say about 7% increment na so ahweye hwe aye fang ho nsam so no kan sembi de ne nsa press release no ase aye kwesi obin fosu on APRO adma Ministry of Energy na naso kan no tia wo ba bi kitua bi keke and I'm percent me fa na fe yegina share or say export prices have not increased by 7% as reported by the NDC. As of today, Total Energies is the only, and that's a Total Energy filling station, is the only oil marketing company that has revised its prices upward from 6.52 per liter to 6.80 per liter. That is about 4.29%. Now based on that, so with competition all over, no, they are hoping say a bit too much perform I do 3%. And see, now someone what can ye and no, be kind of tough abumua. They okay ye and on some won't be brave. Now so it's say fang home one someone. I do baby a necano. I see a tuning the former mocantino. Ya tunsa at the Fred Duncan Amoa. Duncan Amoa a penia or da copecano. Say womra, near charging and fango. A born baby a free, baby a drone, baby a crow, and see the city in ano. Ye ni home and como. After no chance to yen says a cobana say, and I at all fame. They say about 10%, 50%, 20%, sa who when I drive for air can once more. Na ene ye tunsa efre driver unions outdoor na de obeka yensa ya oberima oka true drivers union for ho se wono so emra no fa womo so womo how anase de omusu se ye betumi aboa no womo so emfa emra enti se ka se de omo mienu na mesaka omo fie ha me no omo ebedi enkomo ebedwafo makwaba
Agya, mame enyo so enchi our reforms so anopai.
Hwefo da se wonya bre na woni yen ebedi nkomo na anopai. Wo de mame mra wo se sansa fan wo asam ni ebedi kan san lord fair credit nya bam. Is it true say to 7%? Per mu calculation mo ye. Ni say de hu se musi koba ye nyina.
Agya,
yes,
mame sanchi a obi o. Fango bo the recent last one MSA Ghana for our pumps offer free 6 cedi 52 pesos to 6 cedi 80 no just about 4%. Okay. In 7%. Where I think the confusion arose. Association of Oil Marketing Companies. Omo ton fango no. Stations no. Edwakuo. Okay statement omo de beto a montene a few days before increment in the buy. They were pointing to 7%. Say and to no omo de ba no. E betimi adru 7%. They even projected petrol e betimi across it to 7 cedi 11 pesos. Diesel was also bet me across it to 7 cedi 5 pesos. And per almost calculations, you know, they were doing about 7% with their statement. Almost better a mountain. Momo at the pumps there. What we have recorded so far from COPEC, you know, is just about the 4.2. As at the time, I made say energy ministry paper number 2, you know. Now a total pe and a cost row. But I no pay me to me as so. Say enye total nko abiu. Omo maka ne nyina ekosoro.
Okay.
Ebi ewo eho a omo anru 6.80 no. Ebi is 6.750. Ebi 6.78. Ebi 6.5 bibi. Enti they don't have the same numbers. Ebi buono ewo fomu kakra. And we would have been a lot happier if there was another certification to give us quality assurance. So we could do regulation and canvas where consumers benya. And they say we boy AB 6.8, we see our turn is 6.75. Now it's 5 pesos be way there so per every liter. But quality parameters no. Untimi nchire
say
enti wo koto ba bia e wo fom no a wan hwa na wo yem kra ehyehew
ebi so no se na papa
ebi so na papa ebia na eye krojin a sabe de auto no 6.9 ni 6.10 no kra no ne de no ebia na enru sa quality na de auto no fofofo no ewo but because of suspicions na ehu bi pen so eja me amakoto fu yi bia ma me wie na me car no dashboard light ni nyina so sisi so
that's right
ye bugu mu wie ya tesa wo start ya na so se car ne ye sensitive kakra bia obe detect bad fuel enti enen wo hu broni na wo hu tuntumu so although there's a bit of a difference with the prices at what market in so no I think the consumers need a second verification to determine say look Indeed, the wahano at each time, no, standards are way more edit on us, and when in town for full because maybe our coffee be or form and autumn.
Yes.
Now, or tone for because maybe a market now or no could do mono. Useful to the pocket. My main muka kreja.
Okay.
Petrol market no. So woko na ukita our cash. Make order 1 million liters. Ya oberima eso ono de or the cash and eba. Eboa ebia obeton de amano no. Ebeye more favorable than me am say me 1 million. But so me so na metua oka. Because ya ma cash na you can import more. And now with me there to say be bank mopo. Ebema overnight returns. And so some would be able to get efficient prices. Eja, that must be stated. Some would also have to necessarily go and wait on what the BDC would dictate because on all on yes cannot they call or free. And so that could account for the price disparity. No? But Eja, uti so anye year omo mu di dwedi bonne no bi nso so efremu edua broni fo no bi fremu uti anye year obekono na ya box bi ebi wo ha condensate ye the box bi ebi wo ha premix no near their box bi. There's an experiment we recently conducted. The same diesel no eja colors no benya miensa na
diesel no
difference e wo mo no ebi yetum kakra ebi aye golden kakra and ebi nso so ebema somehow yellowish. Different diesel, the same market. O pick 4 different pumps are obenya different colors. And so we think that GSA air ejuma, MPA ejuma. But clearly no, there's a lot more the consumer would need. Ebema with me, I drive it to any station or better fuel and the and then acquire the big train, no, and yet Shell, Gold, Total. The others, no, are also making sales, but they struggle. If you are they are making sales simply because baby you want catchment area, so the people are forced to patronize him. But all the train you could see one more, they will collapse the small one because of perceptions. Me GD said GSA, any NPA. So we should be able to get to a second verification. Weekend see, Eja. Me dey do baby na me say me ntofu o weekend. Omo hu say empanyimfo no say weekend no ene me sha say na nka me say me chia omampanyini abedi akire bawomia. Me say na ne maame omo pe no krabra. Maame say o kai na o ya enye late. Maame nchia the honorable or His Excellency Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia. And then no panyimfo ni nyina ewo wale enti the stations no so a omo de bone wo mu tirim ni omo nyina o omo pe bone edi no every Friday and Ajo Saturday obekona agro ni ginemu de yem pompe machines na ye nchinchim no obechim no e de enye sika anza na GS for we ba Monday anopa no na weekend de no wabubi ego so those are the petty challenges the consumer will still have and sometimes all petrol of station for frana or although in terms of pricing the edge some of the smaller stations are more efficient with their prices but more quality assurance no and a magana for ABM so yet to me that assurance I mean this truck drivers and Ghana for do a top petrol 5 pesos no edge a significant though. So, auto 10 liters, when you're 50 pesos. Auto 100 liters, 5 cedis, and now the base saving. So, the fan said the whole week, 100 liters now the year, Juma. So, the 5 cedis are too hot. But so many in corner, we know you 20 cedis, be that baby. So, we might think, say, 2 pesos, 3 pesos, and yes, but if you calculate properly. But again, almost more ton for 4 crano. Yes, I should do. You try to do. Because we try anye year e be mbewie no na o light ni nyina so me pen fofofo kakra
na ba ne say na yetumi nya no different colors sa ba ne say free fa community ana say amafo frafrem
eja se petrol no chemical to say nsuo ye si hey se o de lumitrust yibi ana wonya vitamin C colored ones yibi ebi ye green o de tumu a ebesesa ebi ye yellow o de tumu ebesesa saa na enyama na omo de frafra no ohun products ni bi ho no mo a so basic ne bo no fofofo ebi ho kra it doesn't attract any taxes enti se menya we fully taxed petrol nie na menya condensate kakra condensate ne tax bia na so yes fakoto na wo nchinchim na enye yiye ti se petrol but what the fra petrol na chemical nti ubenya different flash point ebe that's why petrol but na ho odin no so bete kakra color no so ye dan ebe sesa because all the fufuro afra nti se be bottle we are attractive full taxes na me de another bottle be si ho tax ni ho a eja menya 2 bottles o but me koton ni nyina as though I have paid taxes on them and one of the critical issues are yes the finance ministry this year in their budget any revenue na eya no also ohwehwe no Ghana ton petrol almost 5 billion liters a year yet what is accounted for by GRA almost report proper will tell you that we pay taxes on about 3.2 billion.
Yes, 3.3. That's 1.8.
I know there just a So once there's a loophole, a bicycle or Zanka clearly because a binom so says we're creating system, cell phone or we're creating or operating system.
Yeah.
No hacker being so teach the how beating me about. So we need to be able to detach. Maybe Machre MP boss new one honorable Mustafa Hamid step petrol na ye kofa ba nyina no kayenya a petroleum import committee the ba o mine mu bia no it has been accounted for na before e bedru depot no kra no say taxes bi o hono ma wo so wutua I was say ye gege answer na so that the ecosystem no we know but e ko pie depot answer na me koto akolodi me call depo na me top 54,000 and now 50,000 45,000 ni ebu 55,000 I just say 1,000 be abesi so some of the taxes no is unaccounted for
na ye nim
eja ya ka chere me say me nkoye adwuma na me ka say GRA for must be up to this but omuti anye ye nsusu a GRA becomes handicapped because omo dis edwedi bone no they are somehow influential and powerful nti wochi a obi free echire ba e be ka chere say oh o de munyai na wo ho ensem ni bi omochi omoda but they will get away with it until we block those loopholes no the revenue debate yenwie and again the quality assurance na yehwehwe no say come buy 6.75 ne 6.8 there's a difference we mu but people will prefer the 6.8 we are no boy den no because osuro 6.7 no. Meanwhile, the 6.7 might be correct. Very good fuel. But ye 3 more ends in the end. And the Agya, Ubisa another and tomorrow critically a 4.2% higher recorded.
Okay.
But the 7 no dear Mejidi said it will arise because of Association of Oil Marketing Companies statement or Modebeto a mountain.
Okay. Me da say Duncan. Na yesaka aye Dr. Christopher Ampadu or ye Samaritan Strategy West Africa penny pa na ono skra ya science sociology lecture at Pentecost University ono sabe kan santi doc akwaba
eja me joso
ya da se pa so no womre because so ada wase papa sense nyobi ando bi nya ho do na wa bere be boy dwumadi e bre ne bra no be betu safro bi ano so wo ye bibi kra oja ba e da se pa ma me ko ya bere ma so na fe wi a mako aye doctor so ya mo na mo ye a driver for a mo twi trotro e commercial cars fango boa ye tumu ebedu sabre no se lofre mo ntumu me boa
debi
mo ntumu nti affect mo djuma no pa
yo aja ye no asina ye nchia ahwefu nyina titu a driver for ye car owner for ye kwantu for ye do bibia ya kwabra bi beka se enye se affect ye ya driver for adwuma nko na mo affect omamu ni nyina and ahokyere a aba no ye beka se ne kase pa no ejina eye fu ensem so na amanaba ya sha se ye to na de tini say se passenger no na aban etimi chinchim yensa say a percentage bi or say mempene nansen a na petrol ye 5 cedis 41 pesos no driver for ba bontin say ahokyere bi abaye so nti ye beto ahyenti abom ye kura de ne ye gina percentage bi me kai say ewura dankan kura ka say driver for na asom ma munyina mu hie asem beboaye aban kodadwene ho aba say de obetimi de abo oman no ene say obema 13% na yeni normal time ye nyina nso hu say de o ka no 7 previous adwene ni nyansa because yade kode wu aba ye nyina fight say de be ko yade no tie ma panyini ka say ye betimi de economy na aba back na mum nipa nkwan de ye ntimi mfa ma no obi nso nim jonkukura de beche so nti na esi ye nyina ye boa Agya Kwabena se mbusa se covid neko enti se ye ni normal time a den na ne petrol koduru ba bia eduru no transport fare se passenger no se me di kan kire no enen nkosoro a be ba cho transport ministry no ebetimi ahyehye bidie boto ebe free wale aba eno nso price a driver for na ekuta cargo truck ne we no emfanye Bemi fra kumadan ukomriko mu akumadan ya agya unimo tomatoes etimi bo emfanya hwe ne bo anya den oho nanso no car na ede beba no so otofu enti eno na amasese ahokire aba besue oman ne so enti ye dey driver for ya asem a ye kan se ye nto abama deregulation send the politicians in ekano ye to abama obi say on fix country no maye because deregulation no wo hono na enye nentina yes sign enti so aba na say ade no na effective emma say ahokire eba oman ne so a de na esi kwan so be ye free ho wo ka na ya refer say enye me na me de buy na deregulation minimum to me enso wo to no eto mako ahodo be se edumienu o se dankan o be boae ena de da ye so ebi wo ho a se bi nyansa bi anim sa to no mpanyimfo anim nyansa anim de edikan ye energy sector level no wo kai se supreme court etimi ma judgment se ye mfo obi nkoto afiase supreme court timi ka se obi asem ede supreme court timi bua aba to oma obi di oma mpanyini sa supreme court na ka say sa to no nye to papa 116 di bia ewura kwa kuku atendi ye ya driver fo enim court npa che besi ne ye ye free ho
adaso
ho enti ye bu court enim tia
supreme court ruling na
oh yes
kwa kuku atendi ye kwa atendi
yes
still adaso
ho minua dankan be di madanse abra na vehicle luxury tax e baaye ye go share ewura kwa kuku atendi no a deputy Minister for Finance. Me born abaso da na se okoja yes court no samre na mbuza ne se enti se no nso a aban san de to we abeto obekwa kwaje court ana asem okan ne se na de ba bi ote no ntimi nko enti che se yesum amanyuku chen oman no answer the maye no say so betimi akwa yeso resign se minister and obetimi akọ enti enim papa na enye nti e de asema ye kan say court aka say former president who win the election modi akonwa nanado tie no ho ase court aka say omampanyi nanado wakonwa na ye korogin di wakonwa former president ate no ho ase court kro na ase sa to na former president de ba no enya papa wanyi omampanyi nanado court ansem ne da so dawo fire adwuma na Ghana for mo wabaso enti ejina ban ko so sa to no onyim firi ho enye to papa
eno se eyeto ben
mpache wa ye esla to na energy sector living no
okay
eno kra mpo no nhihya na da ho no na say 5 years ene edi betu ya sa to na wie esi 2021 ya abanya pejam de ko 2031 ya sa de 20 pesos ayire so enam aye nwe no ye de yeseche Agya Kwabena no pa ho a nansi ye wura se eche mensa bonsu ekọ mrahye bedwem eka kire ye se oman ne ye fin enti enkotua bola ho to eda ha UTV minim kura minim se mukuta cars bebrea mode kọ krom kofa news de ba anopa moto bi mo ani mu aya be pra ho na se obo yira ko homa medi fufuo no waka kokonte ene medi mutuo wabo ampesie ka kokonte mamia no wafufu to eja kwamra sa oba no bekoso abona ko homa
e ma osika kora na wanya
eniti ye hu se ye ko nsuo digu kentem sa NPA margin na se marking na omoka wasam
margin
sabi previous anyansa bi enim ay krono to
eja kwamra ade tena wo to be kan se kroto papa che se wo mo ahihye ye no enimu de omo ye no ho hwe ya na
first no omu nim na se de abeda ne krono to de dia ye krono to ne se to na eye adwuma na ye no afango no unza dankan kasa wo kire se wo de chemical betumu a wotumi konya kala bi na omo ye nhyehyeye se ne be ya ebi mu mfa kuntu na se anwia ye fango no nko amanfoforo so no ye nhye de ne nso eni nti ne etu asa to no ene to no adwuma ya ne se conference room no efe nti mpanyifo dress she suit akese a na o makotena o ye no afu ani bi ogana enti ade na eye finished product a ye de ba no ade na obi da so te ho se o hye ne nso ayetu aho to enti eno nso nya to papa fuel marking no enti yenya de yenyin free ho eno pa ho a sa yesi price a ekosoro
adwuma na anka yeye woto a onipa ne beye amayaje ho akatua anaso onipa ne beye ho adwuma no se adwuma no to nye
dabi
meanwhile still na akwese enamre mu a tete no Israel for na breso no ye che abusuaku du mienu mu no ye say Juda abusuan no na yakoyi wo mo say wo mo na nya asofo nti abusuaku du ba ko na aka no mo kododo mo ne ma na oban na mo fa tutu so dudu aduane ni bi emra na Juda ama no so enya bi ni no mo nyina mu emama Israel man no le say Juda abusuaku ni ho
me pa che wa
nti sa aduane na sa wo de ko aduane na sa wo de ko nti ene na ba be sa asem a wo kan
UTV nye afidie ketwa ye ka se obi Tanzania Sri Lanka obi a hwe bi momfa mo camera no nkoto le nkohwe se ye no aya na me de me hwe omampanyin nanado a na onam o preachi lotto kios okura na yakọ painting one district one factory be na chen to won so akoda factory be na chen to oman no fango no eye oman na kuma ye fruma o wodo nsa nya ka fuel sector edan bo be kosro because cementing na ebe free factory ho no ebe tena ka mu ekoduru a fieru ano nso koto e de koye patch bia rent be kosoro enti ye jai eno ho ekone nam abontin eko painti lotto kills say ye factory to aye adwuma UTV nko no media dance enche Ghana for eno pa ho a eja kwabna baller to no yes ye nyin free ho tom enye to papa
sanitation and pollution level
yes o hwe number 5 na eno say yes share prices e dey ama nyansa be ne wom eninti eto ahodo be enum na aba ba yiri yeso a yehu se enye to papa a nkrofo afa ho ensa ho
ye mo driver fo no edi mu nya
enye se ye driver fo nko a Ghana fo nyina including Supreme Court aka mo mate eniti nya se ye beto lolly fame enehia ye o na mmom no si yetimi ye saa enhyehyeye no ema fango bo no ba fo ma I hope say ne oman no ma yedin enro ya na paper bi di ba say the whole world no city a emutina din pa na Ghana Accra etoso number 2 a mo kan ma ye nyina yeti ebie ade na ese basa enti ye de yesre ya driver fo ne say omunti na ye wo ho obi anya abotre ye be so aban ni mu akopim say obeti fango no bo no so no agya kwabra asembwe Ghana fo nyina ntie ne ye sa aban na ante so a ye ya driver fo ye ne aban oman Ghana ba ko tena nya ba ko de oh yes ebesi wo kro we mu so because sabi ye nye oman ni work and pay and ye tikadima ebimo unim say fango bo kosoro etimi dia kwashisha ba because driver ni na load we free aha wakokuma se aba bedu wa bre owura filling station sikari nyina aka ho de na odi kofie enti so obedu no hu se enkrofo bi abo akuo ekọ nkokọ a and menya enkombra ka awura nso twɛn ne says ebe wiase obedru teacher mante wabre ada so woda wo rushe o kwaba ebe wiase no na UTV ya frɛ when central for o se akwanhiasi enti asɛm na aba beto no enye otwe ko na ne bedenie odu ekunsu ka ho bi
me da se ya homeso na me kodok so na me bisa asɛm a ye kan yi no enye se bia ye ka ade atia obi da bi na mo ye nyina eto ato adwene ade afa se de fa ngo bɔkɔ soro a esi eba ene that is dog ye hwɛ ye ka fa ngo asɛm a ye nyina nim kai ebra na papaji wo ho no so ye be ka budget ya papa pani Kosibotwe obe ka budget ya ye nyina akotena radio ho a de ye pese etie ni say petrol bo no ya tum sen aye bibia wo ho ba pimunne aye ntumi enye ho hwe ya ade sin ade cha ade san nyina no fa ngo bo no ekosoro e de ho kireba say eno ane the only means aban bia ba opeso ofa so di nyato e de chechero man no meanwhile there are other loopholes and ketumi kata ni nyina aka wo nyina betumi afiri waba no to decide na say yes so man na sa enne ya to petrol bo mu na spare pass for so say na so beto spare pass mu na driver for so beto lorry fare mu mo de ya to ayi fu mu a utumi to lorry fare mu enhu sam de bia ye be de doc
yo Agya Kwabena da si bebre sanso me chia for na ahwefo nyina menim se fango ho asem no so critical say te bia bosso a na je say I say o man no yaka na fuma ankasa because senior working fitete inya ka say be ready budget a na amafo adwen koso a ne say fango ne beto so because you say inya to so a bibia so esisa o man nwa say basin ne various governments abegina no o ntumi take position a ebetna solve sa problem na because me tie ye nua Duncan na me tie me bra ya bari man che say me re ho a ho ne say say aban bia ye campaign ape power e wo ni a wo muka na o so omunya power ni wi a afi anamotu a yeso mutu na omode ahome ebre nipa no na cheta yeso mu afi enti ebra ye nua Duncan ekasa oka about taxes empo Ghana revenue ne jiebu mpo no chese se omutumi enya anaso on chi obi a wa foto ese nka ebi a ye twe naso na nipa bi tibi fa nchen ana people a chese wo mo mpegimfo wa ban mu tibi bamu so we dey you ni free so mu fa nche no ana se mu ntwimfiri ho na e ma reho se Agya nipa ben ene eto abama o so mo medi enso akoma ben adwen ben opepa ben enti enye na ada any politician foi e de ni na mu ampapa se omodo man Ghana omodo nipa na ya wo kan nsem che say ye vote ba omodo because omodo ya ope yiyedi ni say obre no how na menya no ohia a ye womu no okwa bi abefa so a obe ye free enso no no ho modern this ankoba ne sa na power mean say when you tumie and put tax esi ni petua untumi enyi obi so kra ye na adwuma ne se ekochi nipa no esi ye twe aso a no asafa afa kwan foforo so akoyi na free mu a na eno kire se se ye fa ye ho adwene as oman because ye ka fan one say I say impact to the lowest level of nipa bia yade na wo hwe niema eka taxes ho senia ye nua ya obere makan court supreme court ye nyina yes ye bu no pa ni oka ni aka ni supreme court beka bia e bedi so na supreme court rule na so waka ye mfa yin adwuma ya reho Agya Kwabena ya reho entino na ni nyina is because Also aban ntimi widen up the tax network enti yet a very cheap way of getting taxes no akoto fan also yes I know the we have the toso I no we have the toso I dey by all means okwan bi abefa so a obetimi agigi bi no e dey obisabeka meanwhile so and also the tax bi a o nya maso pe asamaba enti na mi bisa say enti ye omaya kandifo politicians any yes ye nto abama wo mutena be o meji ebre ana o beti ebre so no wo mo wo opepa ana so wo mo ye o politics na na da bi enom de dada yen if say aya ne aya reho because to asema ye nua ya bari ma kan ye nyina ni say to yi say ni aban ni abrepa say one district one district ni say ya adwe ba so various speakers akasa ho say enye baby e say aban no kra ebam wo de pe strategic partner obi a wo fango agrodie ho nimdie ne nyansa strategic investor na aban twe ho fimu na fa sa dibie ma obi ana say partner obetimi di sika gumu no to run on behalf of aban no now so aban bi aba eho ene ebeyi managing director ni managing director so afa ehu ne hu nipa ne ho this is mumra me adwuma ni sika kakra wo store mu so no ya san ya didi ni apansamo no na afi ya sorry I say ya the tax to enya adwuma no no so tax wo ho a che te bia to egie usha it means that they are not being fair with us na eyareho pa
Duncan when na wo been was afa nsem yi de ye kan ya tofo de ya for marking margin chire mu
eno enye to
enu de wo hin
ebo a chire ni nyina mu so wo pede a
chire ye mu na ye ntiase ye sanse emu de wo hin na wo susu say energy debt recovery road fund levy energy fund levy price stabilization and recovery levy special petroleum tax primary distribution margin boss margin marking margin ex depot and UPPF energy sector levy sanitation and pollution
energy sector levy no second one na wo bono
second one
ba na energy debt number 2
energy debt
second
recovery
energy debt recovery levy
and one number 12 energy sector levy
Tesla and Madino
ba na eja wo ho
you say your makumako 18
enye
taxes egu petrol kwan so no
eja enye and wo ho the lazy approach eya na omo act no a omo de call parliament e ko share mra no I remind them ye ko share Esla no 2015 December 22nd in the call parliament by 23rd na parliament a pass it.
That's right
enti enyama ni bi wo hanom a sa price stabilization and recovery levy ya ka ho asem afia petrol bo no emene yen no ene ye se ye bete ye no so eja eno ye 14 and 16 pesos diesel ye 14 petrol 16 pesos LPG so ye 14 it doesn't mean say a different the same line no omo charge 16 on petrol 14 on diesel
14 on LPG
it is what is so 14 pesos or 16 pesos but eja go through the taxes no energy debt recovery levy saying
eno ye 1 Ghana cedi
there be when 49 pesos
40 na one po
premium eno ye petrol there number 2
and
number 2 49 me boy
diesel here 49 and LPG 41
unified 49 road fund so yes saying
eno ye 48
very good
and diesel 48
eja
LPG nko de bi ni so
eja special petroleum tax saying number 6
number 6 46
46
kerosene 39 MGO 46, LPG 48.
Yes, no crowd.
Kerosene kerosene mines.
Kerosene mines.
Kerosene mines was unified 46.
We call LPG 48 special petroleum tax. Agya, sa tax wing onni nyina so on our price build up at this point. Eni nyina so bia V80 I dey beto petrol so. Na machire mu say at the time I dey beto so no, the thinking was that yeso Ghana to petrol ni bi koton na refi. For some convenient reason, almost that delinke upstream no from the downstream as though say separate sectors. They are all petroleum sector. Nyamye shira yesu yetu bi koton. De yetu koton no. Ehun sika esi formo de a near the tax abeso ya oberema. Ewo downstream. In 2015-2016, na your projected revenue from the year to koton no. Jubilee Fields there no. We projected $54. Afeno ya na petrol ne so tete ya na bedru $28. Ene ye call parliament in year 2015 ye esla ne ye. Ye call ye ne say ye the taxes ni be beka ho because aban sika na nko oje from the old to akoton upstream no.
Onya.
Eso atete abedru 28 mpe 54. Na me de aya akwan e de aya hospitals. Eso atete abedru 28. Ntimi nya se sika na nka mani da so no. Intime the tax ni bi beka ho amamo.
Etimi akova
na etimi akova the revenue shortfall no. Na to emu 2014 no mo de buy no. SPT special petroleum tax 46 pesos. That time next what from 54 projected no to 28. Enti eso te ye no de omunya tax e de share so
46 no.
Thank you. And 2021 budget government of Ghana me we are messing send o me was statement ni in our government projected 50.4. Say me no work say the year to akoton edru 85.
Hey.
Sometimes
adiani ye kase pe 54 and na tiba 28.
54 no ye budget revenue e benya. Say ye beton bia no 54.
Na tiba 28. Enti ye de 40
ye de 46 be
ye betuma go back to
your enough.
And as I say every call 80 something.
Every call 85.
And they say so much so.
Sarana. Ntini ye ni ambre.
Eja uja omo a. Me eya na nka minya me pe omomo empanyimfo na omo defend this anyama. Eya nka me hi omo one on one. Cause documents ni nie. The omo de call parliament. Enie enye special petroleum tax enie 2014. The omo de call ye. Eniama e ka omo nyina black and white brofo o kan ya obeti ase. Eja o kan ya obeti ase. Yet and net 2021 when the dynamics are totally different, you know. Sir, number 6 no da so gina.
I don't cross na be bia
46. What they just imagine no. And this a 46 way. Now o ka me say what is 16 pesos stabilization. Eja, me sure say you are being fair to me.
Yeah. 46 na no e wo ba bia na no waja no ho.
Waja no ho.
And now 16 na
16 for 14 no na was we
Agya magana for per liter.
Eye. Who yi be free ho no mo eye. At least who admit say ahokire wo man ni mo. But can you do better? Yes, you can. Na my calculation means so eja. Very simple. Ghana petrol ye tu koton no. Ene na ye use no, na ye tu koton no doors sin dey use no.
Sir.
Yes. Ebro so kra. They use to see no. It's about 80,000 barrels. They ye two on a daily basis. An average minimum of 125,000 barrels. It's me call 175,000 barrels. The BR, that is daily production numbers. The A2 cotton. And it say, what free more? Every day, be an yenya surplus crown, yenya more than they consume. If you refine it near A2 cotton in your you be surplus. Into petrol, no, a born cost raw, a good for Ghana as a country. And your bad, and so political will. And then abedani at the bonnet amayen. Simply because say almost sika wo upstream hono mo ne dia. They know where to find ya berry man and crop for. na yemfa eto nkoso omo na ekosoro no mu nyamfaso no boom windfall no as we call it
one for me so ye no mu me
yemfa hwe me ne work as Kenya this week Kenya decide say ono de ne manfo ho kire omo into $216 million or the petrol ebo so ama ne manfo eja the yesi ye amaga na fo nyina stabilization and recovery levy no sa 14 ni 16 pesos no for 2 months no numa here aban ne behre
debut
80 million Ghana cedis. That is all the government wants to give to Ghanaians. Eja additional revenue a government nenya make case so if any of them want monsan frey wa here ni emfa your calculator me ponche no so ponche additional revenue aban ni benya this year because of petrol borne cost on the international market no ebro 2.2 billion Ghana cedis. Second quarter over the month between April and June. April, May, June. Additional revenue abanyaye enye the revenue projected though additional revenue nyaye was 89.1 million published by Bank of Ghana. Additional revenue. What the cost is that's about 500 million Ghana cedis. Bear 530 million Ghana cedis. And no, one quarter, 3 months. That time, pona enru 85 no. Then I'm 72, 73. So just imagine what third quarter. Final quarter money away. Say around October, November, December. So the excess revenue will be never 100 million for those 2 quarters. Eja, okabomu in dollar terms, you get over $400 million. Eja, what the Shepona titi way be free so to the tune of 1 billion. Whilst you gain 2.2 billion, you still make extra revenue. And I'm a what 76 na actual comma finance ministry. Yeah, they they can choose to sleep on it and fire. But Ghana for na yemi yeah, the actually taxes. In fact, formulas I'm a technical director derive here. Where formulas say a cost here, oye ni say complete mathematical formulas eka actually says almost tini nyina unim sika aban behre about 820 million Ghana cedis. Sen ko mo tisu yie na a free 6.8 into about 6. Be 76 to 80 pesos bi yeti free so a unim the petrol bo ba begina immediately no obenya be 3 to 4 Ghana cedis a gallon until be free 30 cedis na etwemo no to about 26. Say aban eti eno free so for the whole quarter enye 2 months or 3 months obeshiri 820 million Ghana cedis. Yet ni gain na onya ni net gain 2.2 billion. What derive the difference now 1.4 billion 1.6 billion they are buying ebe keep it
na wo munim
mate owura kwagu hatin mepe enka me share no one on one anka mani beje say or can on other platform say aban ti taxes ni bi so a sika or dey koye mpuntu djuma a wa budget for no those sectors no will suffer so that I can point to him the upstream revenue recoveries are onya no say me pesika eja na ope 1 cedi very mama o paper na me ma o coin na nye the same money
1 cedi na
ope revenue the world market scanner nanka wo hwehwe no at the start of the year o budget no say 54 meet me there 50.4 and what drew 85. Look at the difference. Yet the only better so when it was 28
and that's what
the whole and wo charge here no 46 pesos. You can I was say I buying here sika. But you know the deception with politicians. They say dog can but the same people almost defense and then no put them in opposition tomorrow. They will know where Kopek office was. They will know where Yalberry man in the group was. The same people almost defense. Oba betina ha betro why are buying this way ye no. Faneko opposition just 2 months after. So we kono what in the bottom music said the berry mamo. Who could the 2 cedis 5 cedis structural abrabo no. What did Jana Kabuma no when you 100 Ghana? o first no ka auto 50 Ghana abon say aba na nim kakra e na auto 50 na e da so da form e da ba bi e da so o za auto 70 80 say eye na nka omo boss abra ni bia when we are crying say fu obo eden a ye metena ha me ka brofo e metro brofo tintintin and rationalize it na ya no mo dwen say ye refi say upstream no anytime ever no musu bia no government also makes a certain windfall anytime but say petrol bo kosoro on the international market a positive for the Ghanaian economy. Unfortunately, no, they would want us to keep quiet on that one, so that we know. Oh, yeah, the way now, yeah, budget is yeah, just special petroleum tax. Ubi so almost say government revenue. The government revenue, naturally, no, it's only when they are in power. Put NDC in power today, you will get some of the cohorts to come and sit here and defend the same nonsense. Put CPP, you will get the almost minimum so almost kind of credit rest be almost authorities now sometimes almost be wua. Adi so enye se wo emia wa. Unua bi e kwa adwuma auto petrol emia no okeke mu. Look, Agya, me nan fofo media men. Obi timi ba office. O man is also on petrol coupon onya coupon ba ko a ope. Because petrol no ne dadwene more than sikapo. Agya, me nan fofo oh wa ba yen ko pe lunch ni o so petrol man no no ope. Pressure na ye dey magana for no is too much. Check fast that obobo odin. Ebi crowd dey duplicate position 2 position 12
energy debt recovery levy
then energy sector levy. I mean how because we can't manage the sector efficiently no ye ko broker dey go on money dey abai ya obere money na busuafo dock ni na busuafo Agya Kwabena na busuafo se monko na petrol no every day what that's sorry I better
set is holiday.
And so for a lazy thinking approach no which I finance ministers or chinawe finance ministers I'm saying you be kan ho why nobody is questioning them. They don't question them. Who per revenue basket expand the revenue basket. Many Frederick Ebert Foundation for Koye research be somewhere 2015. The informal sector of Ghana alone constitutes about 80%. And that makes in 4 years Juma kakra. So what register omu nyina na makes in 100 cedis at the end of the day. Otua 5 cedis poa. So also contribute to you. We leave the bigger basket and come and squeeze squeeze you than to pay taxes no. As of 1989, not taxes we and as the years grow, so do the taxes also grow. A grow na MPP war position. I'm quoting Urapaku Kwating. Otimiko court, ya very man. He went to court to insist say tax in Libya they are no illegal. The court agreed with him. And is it ranking or whatever for finance committee of parliament or both defense or both defense and says almost 2 ways so government development will suffer. It will not suffer. I put to him they can't trade and suffer because revenue now what you know so open 1 billion a January 2 billion have you lost anything?
Me nim kwa say eto no do so say kura da me say me ka
no we nyame na me ye
me esi no kura me so bio ewia na me hu fifiri say ta esa say we ya kakra so ahwem na ekọ na sa na ya bare ma mbato ayi lord feso
Agya manyeska bi da ho na mo pese mo ma e bi bua me de to
asam na me bisa Mobatu lord fam.
Na ye Ghana for a driver for ne ahochira ba man mu nso buza say so Ghana for enya sika bi dia. And ye ni bre abre se aban enyiyi sa eto na Supreme Court ahye se ye nyi bi mfiri so aye nyina ye so
ya wo de order so court ade no court de no ba ko bi na wo ka wo de egu so no be en9 can be scrapped off conveniently. And they can't say you free so forever.
Agya,
at the yeah, mama 1 second. At the time na air cost no. International market need be heavy funny. OPEC ene na pam for omo mutu fango dodo na akoton Saudi ni na busuan for. They depend on oil revenue. Omo economies no too good, too shey. Enti omo no they are holding back production numbers. Say omo ntu mu bebre say akoma dan tomatoes na obekọ na ebu na ne bo efo no. Enti de mu be hia no eno na etuma mo. So price will continue to go up. Omu push price up. So yes the taxes ni be even for 1 quarter and yet the whole year and say you free so forever so that ebia February hono na Europe away with heating Asia away with or rampant the financial year no so almost production numbers cost ropa and be imported the now from China. You know what it means for them. They have to produce more. So by the end of the year no sa quarter na wo no very crucial ebekosoro upe second first week of November there's another increment at that end.
Wow.
So we are saying that you should wait not to stay that situation no for 3 months. Ebedru January February na eswa start it. You can bring back your taxes because by then it's kind of like obenya or jubilee feels no. One son can no as much as you are getting today. How is this management anything difficult? Ebeka try say ye stabilization e free so to Ghana for more 16 pesos. Ya to petrol mu this year from January. Ebesi now in excess of 2 Ghana cedis per liter. 14 pesos free 2 Ghana cedis.
4.5 and that is
o de 10 cedis abro no. Into we got 68 pesos. Out of 10 cedis I'm sure that we could have done 3 cedis. So that and to tomorrow die anymore no. Ebetimi aso asene kakra so that ebedru February na decline no. Nanka what the 1 or 2 bi hihye mu a. Then you are being fair. How is this a difficult mathematics?
Yeah, mo kan ho say me lot of wan sam na pese ye kan wa pa. Say lot of fair there no. Mo ne I'm not sure you be joku a ehwe lot of fair ho sam so no. Mo no mahia mo adwen Kwabena mo de ma mo won so batum how many percent am hwe kwan so batum.
Agya de edikan ye ma ministry na hu say Sebi omua driver for yen yebu ye ho na menka se omua driver for nko se omu Ghana for bia bi me de se na wo ka se emre bi atwam se kotie se gas oil no ne boy say on budget and media kra be di adanse a ye to fango bu mu a ye ma obi amane akwese silence person no we connect the abo pio the baby a wa de omoja show be fara na o de afa eninti ye hu say abansi automatic adjustment formula yes we be do automatic nature oh yes see a car no we say reverse gear wo na forward nso automatic car enti se wo no utum wa ma obi amane a ye driver for the Ghana for eninti ne yes Ghana for nyina amoa yen na tuo bi dida so a enye to papa e bi ti say road fund levy ya yeji eja se bi previous nyansa bia nim say ye free petrol so
wotua road fund na enisa nka wotua to because what ya charge for road no
why do you number say why na wonam so motorway no what number 3 no
48 pesos.
Number 3, 48 pesos per liter. Yes, into 4.5 liters, you know. Every 1 gallon.
So,
yes, the your coin. Kopek, Aka, Amagana, Yinate. Say, every month, you know, you use more than 400 million liters. And it's a 400 million liters. What the times 48 here. Mbacho, Kaketwa. Uria no wasan kwa tembo kwa so
no 160 million Ghana.
Wasan kwa tembo kwa so say gito uni say o tow boot 35 tow boot o my Ghana. Motorway nko amaye about 78,000 cars daily. Every day bia ebi 50 pesos, ebi 1 cedis, ebi 2 cedis 50 pesos. Uria wasan dia kofa kwanfon so. Enti e de ya sema ye ka che Ghana for say Ghana for amwa yen anka bibia nkyere aban se onye hu bibia mpacho akoma dan be free ni se ekofa ntozi ho a yensiesie wo ka mu nton special water ya kofa bia enye ye ka mu na esiesie ton the driver for ye ni se ye dwa ye di no ye fa Agya bread ni free ni fie de na ba UTV opon a ne yesa de na kofie ne yesu age bibi e de aboy ye hyen no ho bra eninti se aban se wonyi a Ghana for nkyere ye kwan a ye mfa so a yento petrol no ye ne kwan bia de betimi aye ne se ye be pe bibi kakra free Ghana for ene driver load free car so akotemma no no use 300 cedis no and then 70 cedis be aba be ka ho petrol boni nya kwosoro spare parts ni bedru port a car na kwa akọfa aba no nam say ho no aban hyehyɛ lorry fan de open no agi container truck ndi de ba no eninti almost to spare parts buonum effective driver no na me pa che wo prebebre no ne asari akwese say dollar cedi rate no me pa che me se kwaku o say berima oye adwuma o ministry yo me ma me adwuma nya akọfa ho be yet vice president ne ma me afrim papa ka sende ye hye wonkura na mo wasem bia o ka to na me wo ho Cape Coast o si driver for bre o wie ye bobo empanyimfo titiri o wie no say what a solid team no wan ya say dollar kosura common taxi driver ya bema na me nkotua ho ka fuel sector eniti asem na da ho no o kodu filling station a Ghana fonti ayo ye musa political party awodomo ye musa wabusu a free mo ye musa eye media house o free bow ye ton me nyina pepepe eninti Ghana from waye na abante fango bo no so se wanya dia Agya Kwabena ye ni option bia dia waye ni se ye besre Ghana for na enya mwanwa se wo ha mu nchichemu aduo no Agya Kwabena beso ye eno no emmoro ene so nso ente 20% dia I think say ye de ba Ghana for ehu se yemfa enso so na yentimi ntofango no ensum Ghana for nyina ebeboa ye nyina enye sa de a anhwe yi a obi abetoponko se ponko de utwa sere maneria no asensu amanano
me hwa yi bi wo ha na energy sector levy ni electricity nyina bi wo so
say the aka of fuel sector
doc me I say me ho ya yira me kakra esan say the mention wo ha sisi no or say public lighting levy 3% price of kilowatt of electricity charged on all categories of consumers and wa ha and now be no so a or say national electrification scheme levy 2% per price of kilowatts of electricity charged on all categories of until say 2 and 3 no say 5%
into 200 be out the 5
politicians in here
and then Esla Korean so and the petrol so doc I didn't say they didn't say Ghana for because
well oh say you can't buy ye nyina e ka hu nti ne ai kan yes e ka bo bi echi no but the truth the crown no ye da to ho a say ye hwe so say nti e ka aban a na aye nipa bi a che say ye ka say ye de etumi ya sha mo sa say omom wo bu eni oman anim na obu hwe oman yi die na ne aye huni ma ye bu bi rep say enti no because ye ka tie nyina ya ban but ye wo krofo ya hye that to abama wo mo say omo hwe eduto niema se be ya obre no how na mane ni ohia a ye wo mu yi sa ye bete so ne se ekoba se ne anne niema ededa ho a ye hwemu ya na me question ne se enti aban a ye ka se aban ya to abama wo say o mehwe ye no omo dwen ye ho one more ho adwempa because o meka say o mani ye die mu ntini sa taxi nyina wo o meka na sa but Agya Kwabena ye twa say even Accra ye ka Accra light kania pa Accra ho asema ye twa ho tat rebe hwe suma adrie
doc mami kan bibi wa na makama I come here some kwame bu yefu sa a public lighting levy no I 3% na tie die enti o mo je sa 3% to support payment of energy consumed by traffic lights, street lights, public lights on highways, to support investment and maintenance of traffic lights, street lights, public lights on highways by metropolitan municipal district assemblies.
Meanwhile, when we swim,
street lights bang,
Accra. check lighting system
a na wo ba
me say
highway lights bend like
oh
back cry
I be say because I be say they are not being fair with us na e ba ne sa na ama nyo sem no ayare ho enti bebre enye politicians eni no na say ba ne sa so because media be give say ya vote the power ma wo no they say o mani yedi nipa no ne kanko e na be hwe it's a man sa now the question is say taxes in no the purposes nti just tax
fakura
this ka
hosika no ewe he
e difa because you tax kwa you tax for a particular or specific assignment any you say especially for lighting system ACT lights you nim some of it is kano ewe he
na traffic lights kura no bebre na dum enya djuma street light dey say me kan wasam kura
street light dey out
and highway lights on highways highway bend na I had to Kumasi I had to flow
even I had to Tamakra
Tamamoto
we must hold our people to ransom. I say hold them responsible because every politicians I take it for granted for a long time just because issues like this are not raised. People yen can okwa say the yen can say okwa as we are against meanwhile some politicians we are so oppositional e won some awoka and so onya ba ban mu so a e wo se nya won so ne kasa na tie enti ayese ye ti ho Ghana for ye ti ho any politician for dey agro ni ne awo pe no mo kan kire ye ni ne awo pe no ye ni ye so ye ti ho ni ye hwe because yes ye the power mom the power and the man o say o mo fa eni ehun agro ana so fa nya ehun adwuma I think see anybody who so now me top power accountable
be 400 500 busumi bia no yes me to busumi bia me mo be 50 Ghana cedis 40 Ghana cedis for my street lights for highway me go busumi bia
sir onkwa anyhow wa hwe street light ahe na be afini o maye this is kind of
it should be improving po.
Exactly.
It should be improving. Kade wo ho no afene beso ne ya bia kan. Road fund ya ye kan. So abosumi bia oje 168 million na. Afene beso no na oje almost 2 billion enesa. Eja George Walker Bush Highway ye say be ye N1 ye. Senka ye the road fund ne ye over the past 7 years ah. Ki aye George Bush Highway we. Ki betimi aye ne so sa be 6 or 7.
Baby a ebony eco free mu no. Amanda so down. Ebony tia too. No
koto amena.
So Amanda da so down.
Ye gigi taxes no, ye ko parliament. We go and say all the beautiful grammar near the atoso. At the end of the year, obi sase akosi say ya, bobo. Na nsen ya sa de nkomo bi sha ase. National Road Safety Authority.
Sa ayi.
E de ba se to. Ye be gigi obi a to. Yes,
mandatory to no.
Omun koda.
Ye mpeni to mpeni no a. Se nipa no nim se ne car no enye road wedia DVL should not pass him mo ko for DVL annual we check ne baaye no the same excuse ne say o cars ne bi ho no mo a enye road wedding se obi aba at the end of the year there ye be yi bi afri mo eja Kwabena the roads have not become any safer uko DVL ko check wo we ya road wedia utua me boa enso hwe cars e bi o ha o hie o mo kwan so
Alacha papa.
Alacha. Or they akwesi afide so am ya wo.
Foreign trucks no Mali ni de o me fa nyama na. Azo na nka wo say ye be e bia ofa be 54 ton na 70 ton no. O be no nam 200. Ya kwan so no de nam. You don't talk about those things. Ghana ni no to ne baby no. O metua for a service he has not subscribed to. Eja, me tuni say Ghana hanka accident see and say if there's a road issue police ni sometimes fire service na call first. Sambra na omo person omo de eyire ye no. What it means is that now if there's a challenge on the road, it was a toll for no and echo. So if there's even any marking or evidence, they would have destroyed it. Emma ya oberema car enkoja ne nsikwan mu na ka che Jacob na say ontua for towing. Get some of these tow trucks no every 50 kilometers bia no ba ko bi si baby. Aban betimi ya finance. That will self finance. Say ya car akosai na me car akosai within 10-15 minutes ya metwe ya you go and take the car to a depot ya oba toll na ye kwan na 200 o penalty e was so 100 tua on tua na car ni si ho eduru 6 months no betua wa auction car no you will get more than that money so there's a thinking if you want to go out don't monetize every problem and come to Ghanaians and collect ye su petrol bo ho ebo ye nsu wie yo ma road safety nso so nya na adwene so okotam foforo e de abetutu ye botom that one it won't work. I cannot be built for a service I mean subscribe here eja wo sorry na won kasa wo pensu a e be de we abesi wo ene nsu no kra na wo pe pure water meboa e bi so na wo pe voice de ne board here why should you give me this by force obi ankotua we monetize problems so the things we are collecting the taxes for now because this can here yen fa nye it will remain a problem and as akofa adwen foforo adwen kese e de abasa o sisi anu roads no kra no enhye da nye enti roads na ekunyen na they should fix the problems on the roads no on where they are fixing it from money yen ko discover from who to your road fund 48 pesos a liter auto 1 gallon bia what you more than 2 cedis eja me na what ni beko na wie ye man use kra me 7 to 10 gallons they may use enti na what ni beko na wie ye bia man tua 20 cedis they may tua to fix my roads bisa me say my akwan no is it getting better or is getting worse instead to focus on fixing the problems on the road you know obi so akoko kit ni scheme for the ba say road safety cars ni bi say isi kwan so na ya na ye de kobomu enso ye ju street lighting levy me boa
so light
bia say light ye adwuma on the road eja say car na say isi wo pa obehu so look at it ingeniously we are collecting this money ni ye ni kroni musum then another problem arises ni asa be jisi kafoforo yesre wo mo yesre
wow me anopai mankasa maboto ana meboa
eya nkwa
esan say e come here say bibi nkoyi o baby
I think so
bibi enkoyi e o baby na dia me hu ya me wira ho pa yesa me sika na omo gine de bia omo fanya fi
professor Baru
esa me top wa pa me fie enya de a me use niam bebiri na so every month okra 400 Ghana cedis every month be 400 Ghana cedis meanwhile okay we dey be hu dey be santo to ye be ayi sa mandatory towing ayi to am so mo dey be ya na wakọ bia o hoyi yesi mu kika gen se mo anya da mbapere so
Agya Kwabena ewiase de me se de yesi ball me no ade bia maka ho asempɛn no a me da so ekura megidie mu edi kan ba ye no na me ne yewura dankan mo enya adwen wo baabi se nipa ewu me de ade hye ho nkwan de ye ho hia me nanso no yenya adaje etietie fom ehu se de yesusu se nkrofo eba abaye ama ayi akwanhia ne bi ede afiri ho no enye anu mum na mum no kakra ebekọ nkrofo bi ebotom no because o kire se baabi o mo twe kura de akosi ne besi ne ye hu ye mo amaka wokro we mu road traffic regulation me say o drive through some bi ese oje wa ho abai wo rest of bi o Ghana from Atemakodru Paga o aka o cylinder do obi ne choba oto aduane wo o ko pack wa o ko gu nsu a yaji uzika eni nti ntimi mfa ho na nye baabi a wo se me nkwaje ma ho se me ko gina ho mpo a me ntimi nyina me car no se me da ho abai wo rest of ni ade bi ho a se betimi agi a ho me ho hwe from Eastern region now the Bewura Ashanti region first town ndade so once na railway line bi efa ho more than 12 years in here ehwe tutu be sine day in day out accident si wo road safety for meka ho hwe hwe awia bogu ya pampam kwa awia ya hye ya kwa no yetimi de ye street light kura ma enkiye hu road safety for meka ho hwe eninti wo se car say ya obetwe everywhere ye no ya adwen me kan say ya enkranfo say ole gono okay oba telegbonyo ime okay gbonyo ba ya Agya Kwabena unima musie wo kwasi wafunu efunu no de bekoy me kan nyanse o say obetwe intimi nkotua ho ka yeti kro we mu unzo masan akoye U10 na de akwa hye se ye de kwa akoma insurance company woni me say ye third party no eja Kwabena say wunya akwanhia na wuwu a ye say de de ma wa ye 2000 Ghana intimi to funa da campus si na ye so benya nti de na guarantee say omoji say sika na omde be ya de no hwe ye hu say Ghana ha no me de ma hu no me nkofo asore me nkobi omomo so ni de me nkobi na mmom no
okwa asore
dabi me nkobi
okwa asore kwa
wo de ma me koma se me ka betina se enti ma hu yan hu se bu a moja hwie gu a na bi mo ani je make money sente sa enka anya sei ni be hu no ade na ekum nipa ni ndie yan ho hwie o esi hwie a ne afre media ne aba pepa mu na yeyi ya kire ne ani age ho yenka ho ansem hwese santam Agya Kwabena ba bia tete kwase ko wi akoko ba ya ye bo na baso yi Fernando po say ho na beda ne Guinea Equatorial Guinea oh my Ghana pen obi ko bokro no ba ye timi bo na baso no de wode Japade abanti enti so do akoko krachi fo we de obe Johnson because it is Trinity and then uko aya Guinea Equatorial enye krobia nke ese develop chen yen from omo capital ho Malabo ko Mongombo te say Accra to Kumasi ha comments ha ba nine there no omo wo country one city to another city ye ni kwan mienu omampan for ya ade bi enkane no efri Madina ede ko aburi won say wo kodura yi mensa na Kwabena ni gina wo twen ageka na foro se usura enso no ba wanyem correct me de car na foro Empire was accident yesi wo
wonte be
wo de we am mo sha asie wo de ende me free nkoko ba no pai mahu mani so ade omo shada kuki kojija car ni bisi ho
na bebom
ebom wi am kwa koyi afiri ho yes wo de omo still sade wo bohu akwanhia be sha asie se koso na se bio nipa nyemwa okuru
mu ha omo experiment
na se wo ti omamu na accident year no yetimi kum nipa more than 2000 covid by 2 years in the ko by Ghana ni paradise na enti yesi accident nye pandemic maye covid ye pandemic yen ka se enu ni ho na mo ahode e di she enum no
ya bo ka
after all that be that na se de kum nipa wo man mu chain de wo susu se wo prevent no Agya Kwabena nka de na ese ye ni bre ho
fix your roads
enti ya de yetua road fan levy si emfanye kwan yede mi amasante Japade a Onyankopon de ahye asase so amaye e de kwa ajibusinya se no hydro si e de be ya kwan pa acho wati ho asem bi ya mutu obi omuguso e wo fahin nenti yede esre road safety for ne se omo wa adwempa e de beboa se ewuo eso nti na mom ye ni normal time eni nti omo fixi kwan na yetua ho sika ma aban no omo nka nkira aban no omo nye
on for street lights de be
se wo ja motorway to ho no obi de articulator track ko bompom na ne tie ko pai uri a wo se me ba betwe adenti na ndia won ko fixi portals no na ne tie ampai na sense wa bo ankotwe enti yeni normal time omunko omachi
medase yeni normal time ampa sesema ye kan no yenka enfrenti obi yenyina yewanhwe de bia na meka Owura Ferdinand ayim awonye ne ba bi kro akwanhia na eman kroye na neurologist makomako miensa omu ya doctor for miensa bi ewu ya satana mosunyan oboba sunyan me no omo dai call round so omo ko yenyinara no mo di free ho omo ba ne be akwanhia beto omo kwanso a wo mo ehwe omo nkwan enti ye ka akwanhia wansem a ayasem sanse ye nyina yetu kwan po yabusuafo tu kwan ayasem ya bo ye ka kwan ya dok ben hu tokuru bi obabi udru achimota overhead yase he ya ufi friend saying o achimota o station eba na wo befro akọ tema overhead nasi pi but tokuru kitwe bi da ho na me ka me kiro say said ye see yi kasen wo ho den beba no so be yia no na obabedi we kwan mu
na bom
yete ho saa
fine
o free Achimota news station kwahye wo Achimota news station wo no wo sane akwahye filling station wo no wo free ya fa say bi ofi Achimota na ekwa enade bi na ye de atototo ka kwa ne finfin no ba ko bi me say eya me ya be 4 years ago ena me for mu say na ebuki tuwe bi ena ebu ama na tintintinti be say enti ka no ka bia du ho a I say slow down. Do we deserve to be paying this kind of toll high 1 I say it here.
Agya Kwabena. No. Oh, someone here can area who. But on say who be someone we have say ebia road safety for someone who can. Who could be some so sika be nya fi aban ho yenya. Obi a sorry I was say ebia moa esi yenya moa de mai. And the city for kwan na mo hwe lights doom for so many years. Of sika na budget esi fi aban mu eba ma ehwe no eso mai. Enti the big question is aban no na adwuma pa ne say. And how responsible is aban to the citizen? Enti eba na sawo say sani aye kan dey wo ye bie nsemi nyina so from ye nwa bari ma GPRTV for na efi Kope for di adanse say Ghana iwa adwuma ye ankasa ana say ye kandifo no adwuma wa mo hu ankasa because maybe bisa say akani adwuma ye post no na omo pe ana say Ghana ye die hu ne hia omo ntina omo prese ye mom power ni aye kan enya say political party ho asam ne ye kan ye kan fitete woman ye di adwuma o man na hye omonsa so mo hwe o man ni yedie na fe o man kanko a enye se ye di anu keke e na di saa tumi ma wo mo Ghana japade Ghana sika ye di ahye monsa mo fa mo oban no o man no bra na o man no kokan enti post no nko ahu ne hia wo mo ana sika die no ana ka kese no eno nko ahu ne hia wo mo
moto ne die o mo
aya na odwen ho se yeah before na me say I need your problem. Your problem pa ni say che yes your position e benya ne ho akesesem ene ho mpanyinnie ho hia ye chan ye dwuma poten a say ye wo sa position no na ya reho because ye kan tax and yes tax ye ntua o ye tua utua mi tua bi ye nyina ye tua ekoba ne say na dwuma poten a ese tax no eye hu adwuma obi a ya hye da fa no etia no hoka na ye mano ebi ama ne dan o ama ne car awko ne office so air condition so na adwuma poten ese ohwe so na oye eno so onhwe na ese mpoyetimi ebetra eka ho asem na uko bayie anasa aburo oh we one just oh my Ghana ya na di ho abro we are weak so weak the people say nipa ya trust ye na ye di oman ya Japan sika hye yensa ti enhwe hwe taxi hwe street light hwe sika wutua wo ho na street light for years I mean obi de enkanche obi emra wonim say say sika ye gusu aye tue adman potin we na say na monye that's mo kasa na mo kasa ka se mu e kasa tumi mu na ye jebo jebo so e dey nipa kwa na eye because we have to rise up because many things are happening here wo dwe hu a na che say abro pa ni nipa die because of my Ghana wo hwe taxes kwa ye tue and process sika ye tue and one day ye adwuma potian nu nti lom je ye kwa Agya Kwabena nka ekokan ni sika no ye tue nanso so ehu adwuma hwe portals nketenkete aye kan wasemi anye akura bi na ewo Achimota just a very strategic place out to be say a bet me ekunipa
can she first light
na still ni party officer wo munya ho hwe na still nipa no che say wo na adwuma bosomoso a wan hwe kura wo san paketua mu ntoso na ono so age ho ayedie wickedness I mean say ye timi ya den ya na epra ye ho ya na ekun ye ho na Nyankopon
mfa eboni nche
nyame betua ka won fa eboni nche won fa eboni o betua ka
ya bra ye be na me se ne me gya dum esan se me huru de ekoyi pa ne sika ye tua pa me se me nesa me busumi bia no me tua 40 to 50 cedis say for me street light mama every month we tua 40 to 50 cedis say ye fa entua me emfa nya me street light ene me traffic light ene ho niamaniama nanso
what is some more
me just say sumu ka bi highway bakuna eno kwa na mabu fu no sa way baku ya wa say lights on highways. Highway ben what?
Oh my!
Goes to Accra.
But Agya,
Christian to
get to and can no finance ministers. Near the omo ho ache omo. Say sika nko roads and highways finance minister watna so yetua. Now they apply the money as they will. In Ghana for yeninko those so-called ministers of finance. Cause say sika nko for enyuma na.
If you e ho na say free.
E ho na problem. E ho na say free. And so all come ministry be or ministry no pay sika. E be frustrating no finance ministry. Menim abosomo na wo ho.
Ayi every case can say you say otwe ahoma na sema na bibi dinamo. Enti say ministry of finance and release ya other sectors no.
Omunya.
Obi ansan to me nka. Na nkomo se ka se ebe di akira se meba ne tum na mu me fa se he ya na wa wo hwe me no so so bibi fa firi mu wo top we bia wo tua 5% say enfanya street light bebi aten street light ya adwuma me say me top power 400 to 500 every month enye ACB a me use bebrebi enye
TV be also me
ti hasa. Now so every month around 400 to 500 every month. Monsieur me fear kwan so treat like ba ho kra nya adwuma. Scan way.
Me da se.
Dan kan ma me da se.
Agya, ye be da.
Ya bana ma me da se. Dr. Christopher Pedu me da se.
Agya Kwabena pacho ma me one thing.
Mate.
Me now for me Crawford na Vrongo Secondary School. Ye di 60th anniversary.
Hey, so
we wish you all Nabia. Congratulations and happy 60th anniversary.
One of the best secondary schools in Ghana.
Yes. Na Vrongo Secondary School.
Yes. You better try school.
Oh, yes,
drop for.
Eti ya de besia na mo no ya nwene ho. Na ya hwesa woni ye de tumi ama mo we no ye de tumi na ama wo mo so mo hwe ye so. So mo hwe ye so mo nya ji tumi ni fi wo mo nsam. Me nka aban we, me nka aban bi. Me ka mo bibia say assemblyman obia say ye na de tumi na ama mo. Enti kan wo say street light me say mami bi akwahye bi si wo mus. Kan ne tete ma me ne pasa. Street light ba ko kra nya dwuma. Eni ti na ma ne ko basa. Ewura bi ana ono so fi aburuchira ba. Odi ni nua no mu afi ne kan ko DV. Na essence street light ni wonti no. Empty box. Empty sa paper box bi na na da kwan fifi. Ne yemo hye no. Sanka street light wan ko be mu sa empty box. Nso swerve na hwi ne kan no.
Wow. Any portals akese.
Sa ukrai. Enti mama yan sorry. Yentena so mo face kan nwan nankasa. Dabi. Sa electricity ya kan wase bill ya to ye ni nema ya ye hu hwe. Ani de etuatua wo ayi roto ne hwan to ni levi ya ye hu nya faso bia wo so no. Mama yan sorry. We enye tuate e me right. Say bi chesika na wo de be ye dwuma ma me na menya so faso. Thank you very much. Abija for madam ase. Me ada seda ama Kojak farmer for say wo mo de apose 1 2 3. So kra 2 cities crab to enya paste papa e de twetwe say pro code no say the only pro code in the whole wide world aye Kojak farmer de ni bi e friend pro code a esapapunu ene de keka ka ho e na fe Kojak P enu ya mafo sha wo de ba huru wanu mu na fe ye de asedan so ama farmer transfer wo mo ene de limit trust suspension eno aye nsuo di ankwada anom se de be betumi abo mo akwenti malaria ena ne so ne tablet no so ye ka ne pills ne tablet ne no so die aye Lubitras Fort eno so pay for dia malaria duro pa no eno anyway ena fe Trazol 400 and sunsun biara wɔ nipadua no yɛfunu mu biara no just 400 no ɛna obetumi anom ama ekum yɛ sunsun bi a ɛwɔ yɛfunu no mu enti sɛ opɛ dodo to pharmacy shop bi akwansa betumi aka bi opɛ dodo to a na wafrɛ pharmacist for ɛwɔ 0561 088 663 and after 0561 088 666 na also unsentumi kabi yɛbɛka gya bi sade ɛne da bia no na yɛnya kopɔ no yɛ adom a yɛsɛn hyia da mo nyina ase ama mo ɛne hwɛ